Oh, good morning. Look at the smile on my face. Why? I got my two besties right here, right next to me. And of course, you guys are sitting right there. I like to think still in bed, just waking up, easing into a beautiful day. We've got the goods. We've got a feel-good Friday on another level, a wave of inspiration, and of course, flavor.
Oh my gosh, inspiration. It's not even a Monday. I'll take it. I'll take it. From celebrating World Ocean Day with the incredible work of the Sentinel Ocean Alliance to exploring the cutting edge of research of Dr. Kache Altieri, who's uncovering the powerful link between air pollution and ocean resilience. We're going to be diving deep into the blue for change.
Listen, you know, me as a nature boy is absolutely loving this. I can't wait to get into that conversation. But it doesn't stop there. We're bringing the glitz and the glam, and we've also got the beauty, the brains, and purpose. And all coming with Miss SA 2020, Shuru Musida, and joining us to talk mental health advocacy and her journey beyond the crown. And I cannot wait.
I love her.
It's going to be a gushy kind of Friday, because that's what happens when an ex-Miss SA rolls into town, and we love it. No, she's doing some powerful things, and we want to back her in whatever way we can. Then if you've got a sweet tooth, or maybe you're seriously savoury, and you've got those cravings kicking in, pastry chef Bass, one of our absolute favourites, is in the kitchen, whipping up a decadent pistachio lava cake.
Oh, my goodness.
I've never seen it before.
Never.
Okay, now I've seen it, and I really want to eat it. Okay, and we shall make it, and it's going to be delicious. And then how does this sound? A mouth-watering, sticky, short rib mac and cheese. What?
Wait,
pick my jaw up off the floor.
How?
Do you pull the rib out of the mac and cheese, or is it already pulled? So many questions, guys. Excalibur.
I love that. It is going to be a show packed with passion, purpose, plenty of flavor. You ready to dive in?
I'm ready.
Especially into the
food. Where the ribs at.
Thank you.
Let's do this thing. Okay, we're going to start a vitally important conversation right now, because we need your input today. So please, being World Ocean Day, we want you to head straight over to the socials and chat about this. Fill in the blank. I love the ocean because ... Really, really interesting question. And I think all of us need to be thinking about this right now. We are going to celebrate our oceans in the most amazing way. And I want you to look at that blue space like a wild space. And we are so focused on conservation efforts right now. We are sitting with the biggest wild space right on our doorstep. And we have a massive role to play in South Africa.
Absolutely, and it's getting scary for me. I was reading some crazy research looking into the fact that we are getting darker oceans, which means we're getting less oxygen, which means that we need to be aware of what we're doing to the ocean, which serves us so constantly and so proudly.
They are our lungs, guys. It's how the world breathes, and it's going to be an incredible opportunity, I think, for South Africa to get the most cutting-edge resource and research put to bear right now, but most importantly, for all of us to think of that one small way we can make a difference, even if that's just signing a petition. Do something today. Well, we're about to get the news of the day to find out where we need to point our purpose, and then we'll get into some of that big sporting weekend on the way, but let's get those news headlines in.
Thank you, gents. I got you. 3 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's get into those national news headlines. Agriculture Minister John Steenhuisen confirmed South Africa will receive 72 million rands worth of foot and mouth disease vaccines, and that's from Botswana this week. The vaccines will support a mass rollout starting in KwaZulu-Natal in collaboration with industry bodies and feedlots. Now, Steenhuisen raised concerns over livestock and feed movement at auctions, warning they risk worsening the outbreak. He plans to gazette stricter regulations governing animal movement, feedlots and auction houses within 2 weeks, urging farmers to fully comply to curb the disease's spread. In other local news, Defence Minister Angie Motshekga says the withdrawal of the SADC mission from Eastern DRC is ongoing, with progress being made despite delays. She affirms that cooperation among member states remains strong and downplays any perceived tensions between South Africa and Rwanda. Now, Motshekga says the mission is being managed through continental and global structures, including the AU, the UN and the SADC. Now let's take a look further afield at your international news-making headlines, where tensions between Elon Musk and Donald Trump erupted after the former president criticized Musk for opposing a major tax cut and spending bill. Musk hit back on X, denying claims he helped shape the bill, calling it a, quote, disgusting abomination. Tesla shares dropped 9%, hitting their lowest level since February. Now, the fallout marks a sharp split after Musk spent nearly $300 million supporting Trump aligned candidates in 2024. Trump has threatened to cut federal contracts and subsidies to Musk companies, escalating the political and financial standoff. Meanwhile, jurors began deliberations Thursday in Harvey Weinstein's rape and sexual assault retrial after hearing from 3 women who accuse him of attacks between 2006 and 2013. The retrial follows the overturning of his 2020 convictions due to trial errors. Now, 2 of the accusers, Miriam Haley and Jessica Mann, testified again. Prosecutors say Weinstein abused his power, while the defense claims the encounters were consensual. Weinstein, already serving 16 years for a separate conviction, denies any wrongdoing. The verdict could reaffirm or further reshape the legacy of the #MeToo movement. And closing off your first bit of news here, bringing it back home where South African geologist Dr. Tebogo Makubele has been awarded the 2025 National Geographic Wayfinder Award for groundbreaking work in human evolution. A leader in the Rising Star program, Makubele helped uncover evidence that Homo naledi may have buried their dead, redefining early human behavior. With expertise in geochronology, he's transforming how we date fossils. Now, declining a gold mining job to pursue research, he now inspires future scientists. Very exciting day indeed to be South African, waving that flag high in every single sector. Let's hope the same remains in the sporting world. Here's your headlines with Graham.
Not that you need another reason to get excited, but let's give you one. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has named an unchanged 54-man training squad for the upcoming international season. The group featuring 31 Rugby World Cup winners, incredible, and 9 uncapped players, including Vincent Chichuka and Juarno Augustus. Congratulations, boys. So the Springboks will meet the Barbarians in their first encounter on South African soil in Cape Town on the 28th of June. And that's going to be followed by back-to-back tests up against Italy and Pretoria and Gqeberha, and then that's on the 5th and the 12th of July, respectively. And then we face Georgia, our old foes, in Nelspruit a week later on the 19th of July. Absolute cracker lineup. Now, let's get some accolades thrown into the rugby conversation, and he deserves them. Stormers' young star, Sasha Feinberg and Goma Zulu, has been crowned South Africa's Vodacom URC Player of the Season for the 2024-25 season. The 23-year-old playmaker who's had a phenomenal couple of years edged Springbok teammates Cameron Hanekom and Wilco Low after a standout campaign in the URC. And he joins some past winners like Marnie Lebok and Evan Roos, adding to his SA Rugby Young Player of the Year accolade as well. So I think watch this space as we move into the international window. Now, speaking of which, let's turn to football, and Lamine Yamal continues his club form for country. He starred with a brace as Spain outlasted France 5-4 in a pulsating Nations League semi-final. Goals from Williams, Marino, Pedri and Yamal stunning France pretty early. Before Les Bleus, they launched a dramatic comeback that fell just short, with the 17-year-old leading the holders into their 3rd straight final up against Portugal. Some young stars making their name. Now, speaking of making names, you've got a Grand Slam on the cards this weekend. Arina Sabalenka, she stunned Iga Swiatek to reach the French Open final, where she'll face Coco Gauff. Sabalenka powering through the 3rd set to hold Swiatek's Roland Garros reign, while Gauff, she crushed local wildcard Louise Besson 6-1, 6-2, with their head-to-head now tied at 5 apiece. The final promising some fireworks as Sabalenka eyes her first non-hard court slam. It's going to be amazing, and we will delve a little deeper into all the tennis action that's headed our way over the first hour of the show, so stick around for that. We know the foot of the weekend, the weather becomes a little bit more important, and I think some crazy weather is on the way. Let's get the latest.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, a little bit crazy, but not that crazy. The weather is coming through, and South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 1 warning, and that's for damaging winds between Saldanha Bay and Cape Agulhas from Friday evening to Saturday. Now, very cold, wet and windy conditions are expected across the Western and Northern Cape, with possible snowfall and icy roads around Beaufort West. Now, the Eastern Cape will also see colder weather into the next week. And elsewhere, conditions range from partly cloudy to fine across Gauteng, Mpumalanga and Limpopo. Now, we also have UVB levels remaining high, and residents are advised to use sun protection. Well, from Weather News, we dive into one of our favorite parts of the morning, our sunrise view of the hour. And this one is sent in all the way from, this was by Audrey, all the way from GQ Becha. And it looks like 20 degrees Celsius weather is what you can expect. And just as the sun pings up over the horizon, you can see a beautiful reflection on what looks like a dam of sorts and something in the background. Hills, adventure, you name it, it's perfect for the weekend. And Audrey, you have come through to set the bar. So thank you so much. And let's keep it coming. Mzansi, we do it all again the next hour. The number is 063 036 9649. Why? Because we absolutely love to see how you wake up wherever you are in the country, or hey, a matter of fact, even just the world. So next hour, we'll see your next sunrise view. But for now, though, let's see what temperatures you can expect on your side of town. Hey, Uppies is bringing the heat once again, and I'm absolutely here for it. So looking forward to the weather this weekend, and hopefully the weather brings something good for the ocean too. Why? Because Frank Sullivan is here, the big wave surfing sensation, the man that's doing the most for the ocean. And I'm so grateful that you're here, man, having a good conversation and bringing something important to the forefront. It's happening Sunday, right? World Ocean Day.
It's on Sunday.
I know it's early, don't worry.
Well, listen, we just wanted to get one thing right, dude. One thing, and we've nailed it, man. Thank you so much for being here. We know that your job is kind of a 365 kind of a thing, but these days really do matter. We have an opportunity to cast a light and add our passion to the purpose, and that's what this Friday is all about. And, of course, you can head over to the socials to enrich yourself with that conversation as well. But, Frank, thanks so much for being here. We'll start this vitally important conversation after this.
Let's go. Hey, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Friday, and we're going to give you every reason to clean up our global planet, and especially the Big Blue, because World Oceans Day is approaching. It's happening this Sunday, June the 8th, and we're going to be spotlighting a Cape Town-based initiative making waves, excuse the pun, in ocean conservation. Now, it's founded by professional big wave surfer and my inspiration when it comes to the ocean, Frank Solomon, in the building, our Sentinel Ocean Alliance, which is empowering coastal youth through ocean-based programs, environmental education, and everything else on the ocean. I'm loving this, man, and so excited.
And we get to join them on the land to do our part as well. And I'm speaking to beach cleanups, to surf therapy, which is revealing unbelievable new breakthroughs. SOA is fostering a new generation of ocean stewards. He gets it, and he joins us this morning to make this oak feel extra special today. Frank, thank you so much. Can we get a round of applause?
Yeah,
a really big... Come on, studio audience. I'm
Thanks,
sorry
everyone.
we don't. I apologize to everyone that we don't have a studio audience. You would have got a standing ovation, dude.
Too early for us.
Exactly. That's what they all tell us when I ask people, come in, come in. Buddy, thank you so much for being here. I suppose I shouldn't have to thank you for doing what you do every day. The ocean has pretty much done that. She's given you a lot.
Yeah.
But what takes you from reveling in that space, in the Big Blue, to wanting to put back in the way on the level that you're doing it?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
And Raul's a big inspiration to a lot of our kids from
Come on
life
now.
saving. So,
No, that's for sure.
I grew up surfing. My dad was a surfer, so I had an introduction to the ocean through life saving at Llandudno. And I was actually, there's a lot of stories that lead up to this, but I was traveling and being a professional surfer, and I saw a video of a kid being shot in the face walking down from Hangberg to the beach. And I grew up in Hout Bay. I had all these opportunities because I had access to the ocean. You know, I had someone taking me into the water, giving me equipment.
Custodian, yeah.
And that kind of changed something for me, and I wanted to do something for the kids in my community to give them the same opportunities I had growing up. And I drove around looking for somewhere where I could do something. You know, I'm a surfer, never started a non-profit, done any experience in that, and I found this area on the beach in Hout Bay that was kind of nothing happening, and I was like, I'm going to do something there, and had no idea what, and I didn't think it would be what it is, but here we are. So
Yeah,
it's kind of
we
my
are.
story.
Oh, man. And look, you're doing incredible things. Sentinel Ocean Alliance has done projects like Parley Ocean School, Turn the Tide. When you're working with these kids, do you see that change and that impact? Because obviously you were born into it, so you got that experience, but now you're getting people that might be overwhelmed by the ocean. What change do you see in these kids when they get this experience, when they get this opportunity?
Yeah, there's a massive change. So the Parley Ocean School, we teach the kids about the ocean, about the environment, why we need to protect it. I actually started with that program. It was an educational program.
Sure, nice.
But the kids, so they come, we talk to them, we teach them, but there was not really a connection to the ocean. As soon as we introduced our Turn the Tide, which is a Learn to Swim program, and the kids actually got in the water, they were like, oh my gosh, I get it. Like, we get it. We get why we need to protect it, why we shouldn't throw rubbish on the ground. Like, there was a connection to the water that we were lacking, that I didn't figure out, that was so important to the whole program.
Final puzzle piece.
We're starting to figure out important to all of us.
Yeah.
I think we're understanding, and you can approach it from frequencies, you can approach it from whatever angle you want, but science is starting to understand our relationship to water in a completely different way. So this should be manifesting right now. Often we are feeling like we can't do anything, and that's set against a cultural shift that needs to happen. People need to start caring about their beaches and their oceans. A beach cleanup allows us to just step out there, engage, and do it. What kind of success have you seen in the shift in mindset in the communities where these kids are coming from with cleanups and efforts like that?
I just want to go back on something you said. Yeah, I mean, I think coming from South Africa, it's hard to ignore the poverty and what's around us. I feel like when I'm overseas, it's easier to not see that.
Shut it out, yeah.
If everyone could just do something small, pick up a piece of rubbish, when they see it, don't wait for someone else to pick it up. Not just on the beach, on the side of the road, or anywhere, like, it could really make a big difference to our country. And for the kids, yeah, I mean, we have a 3-year program too for kids who really want to take this further, called the Ocean Sentinel. So for them, we do a public speaking, a Toastmasters course, then we ask them to organize a cleanup within their own community. And yeah, those kids especially have really taken things further.
Yo, bro, you're empowering people like you cannot imagine. I'm just thinking back and getting nostalgic by my own journey. It was literally one like this, having someone like you coming to my community, offering me this opportunity to learn how to swim. Bro, and look at this world that has been open in front of me, and I'm just thinking, you're giving every single kid this opportunity. You're doing such impactful work, and let's talk about what's happening right now this weekend. Obviously, you're involved in so many incredible projects. Is SOA going to be doing anything for World Oceans Day?
We did have a big cleanup schedule for tomorrow, but as your forecast said, it's,
Sorry, man.
it's pouring with rain tomorrow. So we're going to do something today at 1 o'clock. We have kids that come every day, so we're going to do a cleanup with our kids and whoever wants to join on Hout Bay Beach, do a talk, have our sponsors involved. So yeah, come down. I've also started a coffee shop there, so if people want to come down, have a coffee on the beach and yeah, check out what we do.
Basically like the perfect way to start your weekend. Head over
I was going to say, just have your wetsuit with you, and then you can go on Saturday as well. That's fine, okay? As long as you're there with the coffee, people will still come. This is Cape Town. For those of us wanting to, and I'm speaking specifically to stakeholders in critical spaces that you need, because it feels like you're developing soft skills, you're creating job opportunities, you're shifting cultural mindset when it comes to the environment. There's so many plug-in points. Who and how can we help?
Sure, we need, like you say, we need a lot of help. We've got almost 25 employees down there now.
Sure.
So it's become quite a big project, but people can go to our website, sentinel-ocean-alliance.org, support in any way. We've got some merch that we're selling. The coffee shop's helping support the non-profit. Just trying to find the best way to make it happen. It's hard to rely on other people for
everything, everywhere, all at once. Yeah, for sure.
But it's absolutely incredible what you're doing. I can't thank you enough. A reminder, obviously, Mzansi, head over to SOA, so sentinel-ocean-organization.org, and get to Hout Bay today. It's happening from 1 o'clock till 3 o'clock. There's an incredible coffee spot, a beautiful view. What a perfect way to spend your Friday afternoon, and creating impact for a positive cause, saving the ocean that we literally live off of and rely on. What better way to start your day? Come on now. With that being said, let's keep the momentum going. Carissa's got a plug for you. So let's keep the goodness going.
That's right, because I want you to win so much money. Listen, the National Lottery is here and here to stay. Play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 30 million rand, and that's in total estimated jackpots, and it only goes down today, all right? Play Powerball for an estimated 16 million rand, and then you get Powerball Plus for an estimated 14 million rand today. Now, how you get your hands on some tickets? Well, you buy them in store, or you head to the website nationallottery.co.za. There is the mobile app, cell phone banking, or you could simply just dial *120 *7529#, and that's for USSD. Now, every one of these details are on our Expresso social media pages. Go and find us at Expresso Show, and then find yourself Panda Push and playing Powerball and Powerball Plus for 30 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. And I'm just saying to you that you could win big. It's what I'm wishing for you. I'm crossing fingers and crossing toes. But what you have to do, your responsibility, is to play right now. Speaking about playing right now for the rest of the show, let's hit play on what Raul's got to say.
Raul's got to say wow, because look how rich this one is looking this morning. How you doing? Listen, I love having fun with the kitchen bass, and that means that we're going to be eating delicious, Mzansi, and you don't need to go anywhere. It's not just him that's looking lekker, but we're going to make food that tastes even better. More lekker coming your way. You don't have to go anywhere, and we're still going to educate you on everything happening in the ocean. So good food and good impact coming your way, and yeah, don't go anywhere. It's looking good.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this beautiful Friday. Now, when we talk about climate change, we often focus on land, air, or even ice. But what about the sea? Now, this week, ahead of World Oceans Day happening on Sunday, we're turning our attention to the deep blue, and it's a surprising link to the air that we breathe too.
And of course, joining us is Katie Altieri, Associate Professor of Oceanography at UCT, doing unbelievable work, and the 2025 winner of the incredible Oppenheimer Memorial Trust's New Frontiers Research Award. It needs to be that long because it's a massive award, and she is leading some groundbreaking research into how our air pollution may be affecting the ocean in a way that we haven't quite understood, and in turn, how that ocean is actually fighting back. I quite like the sound of that. So good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
For being here.
And congratulations once again, Katie. Incredible work that you are doing. So let's get straight into it. What does this award actually mean for you? Do you feel like it's some sort of validation from probably all the late nights that you've been burning that midnight oil?
Well, it's more an exciting opportunity because the Oppenheimer Memorial Trust is given a 5-year award, and that's so unusual in science. And so to have 5 years and a really good chunk of research funding means we can build a new team, we can bring people together that don't normally come together and sort of learn each other's language, and then tackle a really ambitious research questions, which is what we're planning on doing.
As you say this, I'm struck by how hyper-specialized we have to become to do these deep dives, but as you become more specialized, you leave your potential stakeholders and those that can help you. How much of a difference does it make to have this kind of funding to go all in and do something like this, as opposed to how you'd have to grind every day to get to the same results?
100%. I mean, it's amazing that as an atmospheric scientist, and I work with oceanographers, we speak a completely different language. I mean, you would think, how different can you really be? But in reality, it's actually, we don't talk to each other a lot. We don't go to the same scientific discussions. And so to have this time to build teams of atmospheric scientists, oceanographers, people who do numerical modeling, so like big computer simulations, and then people like myself, I go out and make measurements. We can come together, we can learn each other's language, and we can try to tackle something from different angles, which is really how you get to the big scientific questions.
Where the magic is, the
100%.
quantum spaces in between. Sorry to use that word.
All right, yes, you're using big words here. Forgive my ignorance, but Casey, you have to sort of explain to me how air pollution affects the ocean. And as Grace says, how the ocean fights back. How does this all actually work?
Yeah, so everything we do as humans, we release things into the atmosphere. And this nitrogen that we release into the atmosphere, it actually can go way up high and go off and be deposited or settle on the ocean. Now, nitrogen's a fertilizer. If you have a garden, you put nitrogen on your garden, right, to fertilize your plants. Well, there are plants in the ocean, and this nitrogen fertilizes them. And so they take carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere, which is good, because as humans, we put a lot of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which is bad. So thank goodness the ocean is helping us take it out. But then sometimes the ocean can put another greenhouse gas back into the atmosphere that's actually 300 times as potent as carbon dioxide. But I don't know which is more important. How much is happening? We don't actually know. Is this a problem for climate? Is it a big problem? We don't know. And that's what the whole point of this project is, to try to unravel these processes.
And it feels like quite a pertinent and very timeless thing to be delving into right now, because it feels like often kind of research areas, maybe areas of climate change, have been out of sync. It kind of feels like a lot is syncing up right now, kind of a perfect storm. But we need to approach it then from different angles. So when you think of that critical, and I love the fact that this is a female-driven research team, because I think most of the powerful strategic networks in the world right now are female-led. So that's the first major plus point. But what are those hit points? What are you going to be researching with this team?
Yeah, so we didn't set out, well, I didn't set out to put together an all-female team. I set out to find sort of who are the best oceanographers in South Africa who study the ocean and make measurements. Who are the best oceanographers in South Africa who do modeling? Who's the best atmospheric modeler? And all of a sudden it was an all-female team, because that's the best of who we have here in South Africa.
Thank you very much.
And so those are the big touch points, is being able to do observing the atmosphere, observing the ocean, but you can't be everywhere all at once, right? And we want to say something big, and so that's why we have to bring in the modelers, the people who crunch the numbers and do these simulations. And we say, all right, this is happening right here, and then they say, okay, boom, big picture now, big calculations, what's happening over the whole oceans. And so that's the key, is bringing those people together.
And we can do bigger calculations now than we've ever been able to do. We can create models that we've never been able to do before. So that is the right time to lead into that.
Yes, exactly. And when you say right here, you're working off the South African coast, right?
That's right. South Africa is a wonderful place to do this because we have, our west coast, we have amazing fisheries, right? And it's cold ocean water if you ever go swimming on those west coast beaches. And that's because it's from the deep ocean. And so it's really productive. But if you keep sailing off, you hit the South Atlantic, where there's very little biology. And then on the east coast of South Africa, we have the Indian Ocean, which is, again, a totally different system. Right. So just by staying in our local waters, we can kind of see the impact of air pollution on very different ocean systems.
That's incredible.
And then this extends, then we can say to the rest of the world, hey, this is probably what's happening off your coast, and this is what's happening off your coast. And then as South African scientists, we can be the leaders on this research.
Come on, that's amazing.
Is the onus on sharing information now? Is the onus on connecting to our own little ocean space, our little wild blue space? How can we aid your efforts?
I think the most important thing is, the whole reason that we can live on Earth as humans is because we have an ocean. If we didn't have an ocean, the equator would get so hot that it would be unlivable, and the poles would be so cold that that part of the world would be unlivable. But the ocean moves heat and things around for us. This is why humans can live here. The most important thing is then to take care of the ocean that we have.
And it's there. It's right in front of us. We market it. We benefit from it. We plug ecotourism into. We do all of these things. But what is actually benefiting the ocean? So chuffed. And incidentally, that was her gloating about the all-female team. As humble as she is, that was about as far as she will go with a gloat. So we'll gloat a little bit more about this incredible team doing, I think, unbelievably vital work at the most important time. And with World Ocean Day now fast approaching, it's on Sunday, we've established, which is the 8th. Not just an opportunity, obviously, to share information, but do something. And that can be something as small as a beach cleanup. Just take your kids out and show them, get them to experience, get them in the water so we can create that emotional connection. And you've got that in spades. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely enriched with the education that we need to look after our oceans. We have to, Mzansi. And another thing you've got to look after is your body. So you've got to feed it. And officially, it is our Friday foodie takeover on your Feel Good Breakfast show. So we're going to be bringing you something seriously comforting on the menu. Listen to this. We've got a delicious sticky short rib mac and cheese. And the only person to show us how it's done, the one and only Sebastian Newman in the building, our food stylist and pastry chef. Bass, how are we doing?
Morning, good, and you?
I'm good, bro, and I'm loving the fact that I have no clue what's going on here. Sticky short rib, mac and cheese. Are you crazy, man?
So you know the days are getting a bit colder now,
Yes,
right?
I can feel that.
And we want that comfort food. And for me, the
Yeah.
comfort food, I always describe it as a hug from the inside. So when you're eating it, you're just like, yes, that's a feeling that I
Mac and cheese gives me that feel, bro. So how dare you throw some sticky short rib in, and how are you including rib in a meal that we don't really like debone?
So
many questions.
We're gonna take the bone
Okay.
out now. You're not gonna eat the bone.
Okay.
Okay, so the inspiration actually came from a guy on Instagram. His name is King's Cook Official. And what he did was he used oxtail, which is another one of my favorites. And he made this oxtail with the thing. And we were like, you know what, let's make our own version. So let's make our own version.
All right.
We're gonna swap.
Let's
I'm gonna go
dance. Let's
this
get
way.
moving.
So first things first, gonna put the heat on over here. In winter, what type of foods do you like eating?
Bro, I'm weirdly like vibing with the soups, eh? So I'm like a soup connoisseur with like lots of bread and just dipping and dunking. I had potato and leek the other day, so very much into my soups. And then also from the cultural side, I'm a stew kind of guy.
Oh, yes.
Really stews.
A tomato. Oh.
Hey, man, you know what I mean?
So we grew up eating, you know what I mean?
That's the thing, and I deviated from the plan. I got a bit colonized and found some Western foods instead, which I started to love. But now I'm missing the traditional foods of my time, and that's what it reminds me of. So why do you ask, by the way?
Because, like, when it comes to winter, we tend to have, the more, like, hearty, homey
Yes.
foods, and I think that's what I love. It's the only thing I love about the season, because I'm a summer boy, I want to be out there, I want to be out,
I
on
see
the
you on
wine
the beach,
farms,
young Cabo.
doing the things there. Back to the recipe. So what we've got in here is our short rib. I'm just, like, fast-tracking this, so I'm seasoning it in the pan, and we're just going to brown off our meat, so we're going to sear it off. Just to kick
Not
things
fully
off.
cooking it, though.
No, we just want that brown on there.
Okay.
So we're going to seal in that flavor. And obviously we don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to let this go all the way. And then while I do that, Rao, I'm gonna put you to work. So this is our base, right? So it's the bottom level of our sticky mac and cheese.
Okay.
And what you're gonna do is you're gonna do the actual mac and cheese. But have you ever made a white sauce before?
I've made versions of it, and some have been successful, some not so much. So be
Okay.
careful with what you task me with here. Am I making the white sauce? Yo, no pressure, bro. That's like the heart of this entire meal, isn't it?
So don't mess it up.
Talk to me about how-
It's something else.
Talk to me about how I'm putting this together.
Okay, so it's quite simple. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna swap over here. You're gonna go into that pan
Is
for
that
me.
pan on?
I'll put it on for you.
Okay, maybe I'm going to pop it over here so it's easier for me to get the ingredients in first.
Got
Then
you.
I'll put it on the pan.
But you're gonna need it on the heat before you do anything.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. Do as the chef
So
would do.
what you're gonna do is I'm gonna pop it on for you.
Yeah, thank you. So what's going in there at the moment so we can talk about it? We've got
So you're gonna go with your butter.
Yeah.
So first melt your butter for me.
Butter's going in there.
And with a white sauce you can make so many things. So you can flavor your butter. You can if you wanted to make put some garlic in there, you could do all of those types of
So
things.
get your herbs and spices game on when you're putting the white sauce together.
I'm gonna just fast track this because otherwise we'll be busy with this meat for 10 minutes.
I don't think that's a bad thing if you are in your own kitchen. Obviously, we're out here on your Feel Good Breakfast, so we're going to give you a
100%.
recipe. But you want to take your time with this at home, right?
100%. And the winning part of this is low and slow. You want to cook this for as long as possible. You want that meat to come off the bone. And what we'll do later, we'll show you,
Yeah.
is actually take it off the bone. But that's already been done first because, you know, Tiffany loves us a lot.
So this is pre-deboned.
No.
Well, it's going to
Once
be
it's
deboned.
going to be cooked.
Oh,
yes.
wow. Yo, we got the whole community out here putting this meal together. I love it.
It's a lot. There's a lot going on. So while you're doing your white sauce, you're going to melt that. And then once that's melted, you're going to add in the flour. And you're going to whisk that, right? But you're going to
stirring, paying
remove it from the heat because you don't want your flour to burn. You're going to cook it just a little bit. And then you're going to slowly start adding your milk.
Okay. So
Okay.
this is white sauce is quite important. You've got to pay attention.
And
You
it's
can't go-
really, it's not that difficult, man.
as long as you're present.
Cooking is a love language, I feel. And you need to take your time. You're going to put it in, with baking especially also, right? They always say you cook with your emotions, you bake with your emotions.
Yeah.
So if you're going to come in, you're going to be like, oh, I'm stressed about this. People
They're going to taste that stress in your
They're
mouth.
going to taste it.
That's the secret to our moms and parents cooking. It was all I love that they
And they
put
always
into the
say
meal.
you don't measure the spices. You just, the ancestors must
Feel.
tell you. The
Ancestors will guide you.
100%. So what I've done here, yeah?
Yeah, I just want to ask you on the malt and the butter. We want to get a full malt here before
You
we
want
add
it to be melted, yes.
a flour in. Okay, cool.
So you
Patience.
calm over there. You
Patience,
stay
yeah.
calm over there. To this, I'm going to add my tomato paste. I've got my onions, my garlic in there.
Mm-hmm.
To that, I'm going to add some tomato paste. Just let that cook through, let the tomato paste become a bit fragrant.
Okay.
And then...
So we're creating like a nice bath of flavor here.
Because we want that sticky ribs, right? So we're going
Yes.
to get the stickiness from the following ingredients. So to this, I'm going to add some balsamic glaze into my pan. And then I'm going to add some soy sauce. And let that just cook through. So again, you would let your onions go for a little bit longer. These onions have been, you know, sauteing for a
Yes.
little bit, but you want it to go fully like brown and soft and nice.
Well, the mantra, like you said, low and slow. So
100%.
the lower, the slower, the better.
And then to amplify our stickiness, we're going to add in some brown sugar
All right.
and smoked paprika.
This is actually just on its own starting to smell so good.
So good.
And I can see there's a full body. There's spice, there's sweetness, there's character. Yo, this could turn
Mouth is
any meat.
watering
I
already.
think this could turn any
So-
meat into something sensational. Obviously using some premium rib here, but wow, man, I can see how this is going to come together. Perhaps just guide me here.
Okay,
the
so
bu-
now
the
what
butter's
you're gonna do-
melted. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Slowly adding this
No,
in.
add it all in and you're going to whisk.
Okay.
So
keep
what
whisking.
you're making is called a roux.
A roux.
Okay, but you must go with the one lamb side out.
I like how you roll your R's. So
At this point,
again,
we
for
can-
me, I'm seeing like a bit of sizzle and bubble here. Is this not
Keep
maybe
going.
too hot? No.
Keep going.
Okay, yes, chef. Yes, chef.
We're going to season that
All right.
and let that just cook through a little bit. You want the flour to cook out first.
Okay.
And then slowly to your mixture, you're going to start adding milk. Right,
Okay.
but you don't want lumps, you're going to add it little by little. I'm going to leave that there for you. And as soon as you start seeing it going thicker, you add more
Adding
milk.
my milk. All right, so we are on white sauce duty. Bass has just put together
Okay.
the sticky sauce for the rib. I think the rib is going in here now.
It's going back in.
Woo!
Then what's going to happen is we're going to let that all cook.
Yeah.
I'm just going to grab this piece so it doesn't get left behind.
Yeah.
We want to coat this in our sauce that we made over here.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some stock
Lots of
to
flavour
this.
coming in here, yeah.
And we're going to close up our pot and we're going to cook this for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
All right, well, Mzansi, we're going to be taking a pause here because obviously there's a lot of vital steps to this recipe and it is looking and smelling incredible. So we're not going to rush perfection here and we are going to be bringing you the end product of this mac and cheese with a sticky rib infusion. Yes, you heard correctly. It's going down right here. And of course, Sebastian Newman is going to finish off all this magic. Don't go anywhere, Mzansi, because it is looking and smelling so good. Nice job, bro. Yeah.
Dreaming of the ultimate kitchen glow up? You could win a fully fitted Easy Life kitchen worth 450,000 Rand, complete with premium Caesarstone countertops and 50,000 Rand installation covered by ABSA. Head to your nearest Easy Life kitchen showroom, scan the QR code, strike a selfie in your favorite kitchen setup, and fill out the in-store entry form. Kitchen dreams made easy. Entries close 30th of June. T's and C's on easylifekitchens.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we talk tennis. A thrilling weekend awaits at Roland Garros as Aryna Sabalenka faces Coco Gauff. That's a dream final in itself. And then a blockbuster of note, maybe a changing of the guard of sorts. And then that certainly applies to the men's draw. Carlos Alcaraz, Yannick Sinner, Novak Djokovic and Lorenzo Musetti battling it out for a spot in the men's championship match. Incredible. Nasli Abrams, tennis enthusiast and good friend of the show, and Ricky Solomon, just a crazy young man who's crazy about tennis. Now he's a tennis coach and a great fan of the show, and we love him. And we're at the business end, so you must be loving tennis right now. We're on clay. There are youngsters just behaving badly and doing all the things.
No, it's wonderful.
It is. And we've been kind of hinting at this maybe becoming, this moment. It kind of feels like that. Can I start with you, my friend? Aryna Sabalenka up against Coco Gauff, who she feels different at the moment.
Yes.
Am I right? Is there something cooking there?
You are, but both of them have improved simultaneously. Yeah. And Sabalenka has the slight edge on consistency.
But not on the surface.
No, definitely not on the surface. And Coco's done so well throughout the season, you know? So it's very tight. I give it 51-49 Sabalenka.
Wow. And if you had to put money on it?
Sabalenka.
Maybe I should ask all 20.
If I can do that to Swiatek on clay, then I can do that to anyone on clay.
Oh, 100%,
you know?
yeah.
So that's, but there also could be a come down of, that was such a massive hurdle to overcome. Now she plays Coco. And
How much is left in the
How much is left in the
tank?
tank? Yes, mentally, how much is left in the tank?
And
So
how
it's
many
so difficult.
semi-finals have killed a finalist?
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
seen this
Seen
happen
this.
so many times. Oh, but it's so perfectly set up. Yannick Sinner, welcome back, boy. Were you ever gone? I mean, I'm backing him and I love it, but is this the moment where he overtakes Novak? Are you feeling that?
I feel like he already has.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
get out of
That's
town.
my opinion, yes.
Because you're young. Okay, you can speak like that. Wait till you get to my ripe old age, you'll back
we're the
those
same
emojis. Why do you say that?
Because he's got
Amazing.
him in the Australian Open. He holds it.
Sinner is a lot more aggressive, so
Yeah.
he's 2.0.
Yeah.
And he changed himself as a clay court player as well to match certain players that he's had to come up with.
Yeah.
Can we look at the flip side of that coin? Carlos Alcaraz. Musetti is maybe the pretender to the crown, or has he earned the right to be in this
No,
dream
definitely.
semi-final?
Yes, he has. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I thought he would have hit back end of the majors about 2 years ago.
Really?
Yes. It's been a long time.
And that. Let's put our heads on a block here, peeps. So I'm thinking Sabalenka for both of you for the women's tour.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Alcaraz is the edge on clay as well.
Yeah.
Mentally too. It's the big exit for Rafa, how he was affected by the Olympics on clay by losing that gold medal.
burning.
He's burning. I think he's going to have the edge on clay. He's won Rome, which was a week ago, against Sinner.
Biceps were looking massive. That's when you need big biceps for clay. Isn't that true?
No.
You do. That's true.
It's more than thighs. more than thighs.
Who's in your final and who's taking this one on the men's tour?
No,
do you
it's
think?
just Alcaraz, too much power for Musetti. As
Okay.
good as Musetti is, it's just
And
too
then he
much
meets
power. He meets
Sinner in the final, and who takes that?
And then Alcaraz.
Takes
Wow.
Yeah. But look, again, tennis is a strange thing. Sinner could wake up and all of a sudden he just feels
And we
tired.
thought he had gone to sleep for 3 months, but he
Yeah,
stepped
yeah, yeah.
straight out of the right side
I
of
just
bed.
want to
clearly.
say that in his 3-month absence, he was spending time with Nadal. So whatever happens between Alcaraz and Sinner, it's going to be titanic.
You know what he was doing with Nadal? Arm curls. You see his biceps. Woo! This French Open is done and dusted. Thank you so much for the fighting words. Thank you for, like a good coach, managing our expectations as well. This is shaping up to be one of the, I think, French Open finals for the books. But first, we've got to get through the men's semis, but I think it's going to be a scintillating weekend of tennis. Thank you so much to
Thank
both
you.
of you.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, I love that conversation. But correction there, G-Man. It's not bicep curls, it's bicep curl. You only need one arm. He's only got one big bicep, bro. But listen, you definitely need 2 biceps, and you don't need big ones because I think everything else will be done for you. You just got to put your hands up and enjoy the ride.
Oh, I like that. Well, let's enjoy this ride together because we've taken you under the hood, behind the wheel, and through every feature of the Hyundai Alcazar this week, from its bold debut to its smart tech, but also undeniable value. So let's see what's next.
Yeah, now we're going to be handing the keys to the real experts, everyday drivers. And it's our opportunity to tune in as local voices share their first impressions and tell us why the Alcazar just gets it right.
Hyundai is shifting gears and setting the pace for what an SUV can be. The Hyundai Alcazar. And this bold 3-row SUV is known to bring together smart innovation and smart design, all while showing you the space that you never even knew that you needed. We are going to explore why this incredible SUV is making such an impact for families and adventurers out there.
My first impression of this beautiful car, the H in the front, the lights, the steering wheel. It not only adjusts up or down, pulls closer or further, depending on the length. If you're a short driver, closer. If you're long, you know what I mean? And it does that while you drive in real time.
My first impression of Hyundai Alcazar is luxury. It is like a family car that went to private school. Honestly, as a single mom with a little boy who does every extramural known to mankind and wants to be with all his friends all the time, it's spacious but beautiful at the same time.
The Hyundai Alcazar, the perfect mix of style, space, and comfort. This SUV has everything you need to make it more luxurious.
Hey, can we be honest and say that not only Carl, but everybody looks good in that vehicle? Especially you, Carl, but everybody's going to look good in that one.
If the everyday drivers give us a thumbs up, we know for sure it's the right thing. From striking design to everyday appeal, it is so clear that the Hyundai Alcazar is turning the heads for all the right reasons, baby.
Yep. Now, all you got to do is head over to hyundai.co.za to find out more about the Hyundai Alcazar and book a test drive and enjoy a little bit more luxury.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
Now, if you're wondering why I have been smiling from ear to ear and I'm such a good mood this morning, I walked into a traveling troubadour just strumming his guitar. Sharon has set the energy level and the vibe in studio today. The sound checks are absolutely beautiful. How are you doing, my brother?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. I know it's early, okay?
It's not.
It's not, because he's just pushing straight through from last night. That's what they do. Now, he has got an unmistakable sound that is going to kickstart the weekend for all of us. We'll see you now.
Cheers to Dad with every sip. Celebrate Father's Day with the Stanley Aero Light Ice Flow in bold azure. A lightweight, leak-proof and fast-flowing essential. We're giving away 10. To enter, follow Stanley SA on Instagram, like the competition post, comment and tag a father figure or friend. Multiple comments don't equal multiple entries. Competition closes 13th of June 2025. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
From Watershed, Amersham and ex-over bandmate to a solo powerhouse with over 30 years in the music industry, and he's kind of feel like he's just getting started. Sharon is now taking center stage with his recent album, Goodbye My Love. In fact, let's give you a little taste of one of the hit singles from the album titled Need You.
Come on, let's give him a feel-good.
I'm crying. Come on, man. Oh, welcome, brother.
Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here.
No, of course. It's so good to spend the morning with you. So I have to go through your journey because Graham had mentioned it. From being part of a band to now pursuing your solo career. What was that decision for you and how has it been going?
It's been going great. Thank you for, look, I mean, I prefer to do the band thing. Obviously, it's not as viable as it used to be, A lot of things have changed with time, and it was just time to move on to a solo project. Yeah.
Right, that was your season, and now you're stepping into a new era. I'm absolutely here for it.
But you kind of were part of creating an era, creating a lane within South African rock and certainly emotive rock, if I can call it that, which is a lane South African bands play beautifully. We can capture emotion, but we can rock out. How much of that do you lean on? Because it must be quite a freaky thing to go through the creative process now as this version of yourself versus in that crazy, the multiple dynamics you've actually honed your skills in. How different is it?
It's different because you're kind of like the captain and the sailor and the engineer.
And the cleaner.
And a lot of cleaning. Yeah, you know, it's a double-edged sword because you know, in the old days, there was a lot of buffers in the area, you know, around you. You know, a lot of people go, no, don't do that. And, oh, yes, that was great. Carry on in that kind of direction. So, you know, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, you've got to be responsible for your own journey.
I like that.
And not every time you're going to find people that want to share the same kind of like, you know, the whole...
It's quite a personal journey now.
It is very much, yeah. So, and you know, it's the same thing as marriage. It's exactly as marriage. You know, being on the road and touring with a band is just like being in a marriage.
Sure.
And you got to kind of have it work most of the time.
For sure.
So, you know, so you don't need too much counseling and too much, you know.
Intervention along the way.
I feel like you're just stripping the layers away, dude. I'm desperate to dive into the music now because it feels like you yourself are uncovering layers and emotions and things. Are you okay, my brother?
No.
No. And that means the music's going to be good. It's going to be great.
Well, speaking about the music, March came around and you blessed us with the release, your album called Goodbye, My Love. What is the story behind this?
So it's over 20 years of me writing about being a partner and being a part of a partnership and having it fail, you know, one way or another. And it was just my baggage, you know, it was my baggage. Whether it was something that was from, you know, the partner or was something that was with me. It's just something that, you know, and a lot of these songs were written many years ago.
Wow.
And I had over 30 songs that I wanted to put in this album, and just not possible.
Yeah, not in today's era. You couldn't do that.
It's also got to be like one coherent mesh of, you know, flow, you know.
One journey,
It wasn't really working, you know, all the different songs, but some of the songs will come out in different releases.
Amazing.
I'm so glad you've said in different releases because you are not slowing down.
Not at
This
all.
is going to be a phenomenal year for you. Let's talk about the next few months, what's coming up, because these creative juices are flowing into animation, they are flowing into a lot of other spaces.
I'm very excited, so my next release is also quite an old song that I've written. It's called Guri. And I did a couple of AI songs last year.
Oh.
Well, no, sorry, AI videos for 2 songs that I've written.
Wow.
And it came out really nice. I'm very proud of them. And I thought, let me try and go back to this AI video kind of thing, and it's gone crazy because this is like Pixar level, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it literally, my old videos looked like my grandchild was sitting there with crayons going. There you
All
go.
part of the process.
Listen, but that's what we looked like on TV back then, so it's okay.
You know,
it's okay.
so this next song, Guri, is going to come out in about a month. I'm in the finalizing stages of both the actual song. And I was actually mixing it on an airplane on the way here. And I'll carry on the way home, so I kind of have little to do. And then finalizing the animation side of the editing and all that. And then I got a rock album because Goodbye My Love, kind of like everybody that heard the album was like, what's wrong with you? This is like, because you're like this, you know, you're like this dude that we know you're this rock guy, and this is like level 2. Where's the 12 volt?
Exactly, dude.
And it's coming.
It's
Ooh,
coming. Watch the space.
Talents.
I've seen like a defeated look in your eyes. I've seen a childlike wonder in your eyes. And this has just been over the last 5 minutes, dude. He is on a journey. And we are going to be taken on that journey. I cannot wait to see how it manifests in the music. And we get a private performance right here in your Feel Good Breakfast Show studio. So stick around for that. But right now, yes, we do have a job to do. Let's get into those news and sporting headlines.
Oh, definitely excited for that performance. But for now, though, it is perfect timing, just gone on the hour. So let's start off with official duties. And starting with national headlines. Now, Agricultural Minister John Steenhuisen confirmed South Africa will receive 72 million rand worth of foot and mouth disease vaccines all the way from Botswana this week. Now, the vaccines will support a mass rollout starting in KwaZulu-Natal, and it's in collaboration with industry bodies and feedlots. Now, Steenhuisen raised concerns over livestock and feed movement at auctions, warning that they risk worsening the outbreak. Now, he plans to gazette stricter regulations governing animal movement, feedlots and auction houses within 2 weeks, urging farmers to fully comply to curb the disease's spread. Well, carrying on with local headlines, and Defence Minister Angie Motshekga says the withdrawal of the SADC mission from Eastern DRC is ongoing, with progress being made despite delays. Now, she affirms that cooperation among member states remains strong and downplays any perceived tensions between South Africa and Rwanda. Now, Motshekga says the mission is being managed through continental and global structures, and this is including the AU, the UN, and SADC. Well, we move to international headlines right now, and tensions between Elon Musk and Donald Trump erupted after the former president criticized Musk for opposing a major tax cut and spending bill. Now, Musk hit back on X, denying claims that he helped shape the bill, calling it, and quote, a disgusting abomination. Now, Tesla shares dropped 9%, hitting their lowest level since February. And the fallout marks a sharp split after Musk spent nearly $300 million supporting Trump-aligned candidates in 2024. Now, Trump has threatened to cut federal contracts and subsidies to Musk's companies, escalating the political and financial standoff. Well, next up in international headlines, jurors begin deliberations on Thursday in Harvey Weinstein's rape and sexual assault retrial after hearing from 3 women who accuse him of attacks between 2006 and 2013. Now, the retrial follows the overturning of his 2020 convictions due to trial errors. And 2 of the accusers, Miriam Haley and Jessica Mann, testified again. Now, prosecutors say Weinstein abused his power, while the defense claims the encounters were consensual. And Weinstein, already serving 16 years for a separate conviction, denies wrongdoing. Now, the verdict could reaffirm or further reshape the legacy of the hashtag #MeToo movement. Now, lastly, after several delays, Gauteng has launched its new high-tech number plate system, starting with a government vehicle pilot. Now, the plates feature embedded QR codes, track and trace technology, and tamper evidence security decals, and that's to deter cloning and counterfeiting. Now, officials say the innovation is aimed at curbing vehicle-related crime and streamlining registration. Well, we're entering a new era, and it's especially the case when it comes to all things sport. And we'll dive it all again with G-Man, and here is the latest.
We can start getting excited about the international window across all sports, but let's start with rugby. As Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has now named an unchanged 54-man training squad for the upcoming international season. The group is incredible. Features 31 Rugby World Cup winners, 9 brilliant uncapped players. Vincent Chatuka in there, Joano Augustus as well. Congratulations, lads. And the Springboks, they'll meet the Barbarians in their first encounter on South African soil in Cape Town on the 28th of June. That's historic in itself. And that'll be followed by back-to-back tests against Italy in Pretoria and Gqeberha, and that's on the 5th and the 12th of July. Then our old foes, Georgia, in Nelspruit a week later on the 19th of July. I hope that's the first to sell out, in fact. Now, of course, selling out stadiums wherever he goes. Let's turn to a rugby superstar in the making. Stormers star Sasha Feinberg and Ngoma Zulu has been crowned South Africa's Vodacom URC Player of the Season for the 2024-25 season. The 23-year-old playmaker has been in unbelievable form, and he edged out Springbok teammates Cameron Hanekom and Wilco Low. I mean, what a field, and that was after a standout campaign this year. He joined some past winners like Mani Labok and Evan Roos, adding to his South African Rugby Young Player of the Year accolade as well. Certainly one to watch. Well, we've been in football watching Lamine Yamal very closely, and his form from club extends to country now. He starred with a brace as Spain outlasted France 5-4 in a pulsating Nations League semi-final. So goals from Williams, Marino, Pedri and Yamal stunning France early before Les Bleus. They launched a dramatic fight back. Fell just short, with the 17-year-old now leading the holders into their 3rd straight final up against Portugal. Now, speaking of finals, there's a big one on clay this weekend. Arena Sabalenka stunned Iga Swiatek to reach the French Open final. And that's where she'll face Coco Gauff. Sabalenka powering through the third set to hold Swiatek's Roland Garros reign, while Gauff, she absolutely crushed local wildcard Luis Bousson 6-1, 6-2. Now, with their head-to-head currently tied at 5 apiece, the final promising some fireworks as Sabalenka eyes her first non-hard court slam. If the timing was perfect, I think this would be it. That is going to be one to watch. But that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get our first update on the roads.
And from the Expresso fam to Sasha Feinberg and Ngomezulu, congratulations for making your Forbes 30 under 30. And that brings us into your traffic for the first time this morning. Let's have a look in Johannesburg and Gauteng. There's a vehicle on fire along the N1 northbound before Bayes Nordia Drive. Now, the left shoulder is closed. The motorists are advised to avoid the affected area and make use of an alternative route where possible. Heavy delays are expected, so please do stay safe out there. So where we leave your roads, let's have a touchdown with your weather. Well, this morning in your weather news, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds between Saldanha Bay and Cape Agulhas from Friday evening to Saturday. Very cold, wet and windy conditions are expected across the Western and Northern Cape, with possible snowfall and icy roads around Beaufort West. Now, the Eastern Cape will also see colder weather into next week. Elsewhere, conditions range from partly cloudy to fine across Gauteng, Mpumalanga and Limpopo. UVB levels remain high and residents are advised to use sun protection every day. Now let's get into that sunrise view of the hour. Speaking about our beautiful sun, have a look at this morning through Henry's eyes. Out in Muizenberg in the Western Cape, it's looking absolutely gorgeous. That's just beyond the train line, if I'm not mistaken, as we're looking at Muizenberg Beach. Henry, that is absolutely stunning. I'm hoping you also took a bit of a cold dip this morning after maybe a 5K run. I don't know, maybe my expectations are a little bit too high, but a beautiful view nonetheless. Henry, on your side of town, you can expect a 13-degree average. Well, you can share your morning view with us on 063-0369649. We've heard from GQ, we've heard from the Western Cape. Let's see who is up next at 8 o'clock. For now, let's check in with your temperatures for the day.
Do you feel like winning millions and millions of rands?
I would love to win millions and millions of rands.
Got you covered. The National Lottery is still here, and if you play your Powerball and your Powerball Plus, there are 30 of those millions and millions of rands up for grabs. That's our jackpot this Friday. So if you play your Powerball, there's an estimated 16 million rand. Then Powerball Plus, not to be outdone, weighing in with 14 million rand. Okay, outdone by 2 million.
Just and those 2 millions,
counting?
That's what I want. Just 2. That's all I need to live for the rest of my life. But if you'd like to get your hands on some of that cash, buy your tickets now in-store. Head to nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or you could simply hit your keypad on your phone and dial *120 *7529#, and then the USSD will lead you the way.
And we've written all of those on a note in Ryle's pocket. If you see him, just pat him down and then you'll find it. No, we put them on our social media pages. You can go and check them out. Panda Pusher, play your Powerball and Powerball Plus for 30 million rand in that jackpot, estimated today. You could win big. Now, I think we just need to go and finish something off in the kitchen, please.
Yeah. Let's see.
Absolutely. While we're having so much fun in the kitchen, let's finish off this incredible meal that we were putting together. Well, not we, it was actually just all Bass.
It was we. Look how great your mac and cheese turned out.
Actually does look good, bro, I must say. So we finished off the white sauce by adding some cheese in, and then the macaroni's gone in
Into there as well, yes.
What happened with the meat?
The meat is still cooking, but once it's cooked, we'll shred it, take the bone out, shred it. Then we're going to top it off with some cheese just on top
So
of
this is the shredded meat that we just pulled out the pot.
beef
Got you.
ribs. Then we're going to pop on some of the macaroni.
Oh, I see.
On top of that.
It's almost like a pie as well. Never mind just like a macaroni and cheese. This is like, add pie to this. This is a mac and cheese, pulled, sticky rib.
It's everything you need in like
pie. There's like so much going on.
So that's like that. And then we're going to add some more cheese on the top.
Oh my
And into the
word.
oven, 190 for like 15 minutes.
And then fast forward and
Fast forward,
voila.
we've got this. You're going to grab one and you're going to taste one.
I
So
want
let's
that
hope-
one, bro. That one looks even fresher, but I'm
Let's
going to
hope that
not
we're gonna
complain
keep-
because, hey, it's hot. It looks
is hot.
good. I got to get some of the meat at the bottom here as well. So officially,
Oh, there we've got a nice
Bass, happy
cheese.
weekend. Cheers. Oh, it's hot. Oh, hot. Oh, very hot. Ooh. Apart from the heat, oh my word.
It's
It is
good.
delicious. I'm
It's
telling you,
good.
it's a pie, it's mac and cheese, it's sticky rib, it's a flavor sensation. It is warming me from the inside and it's giving me that hug that you spoke of, Bass. This is incredible.
I'm going to take this and I'm going back to
Yeah,
bed.
you go do your thing, and I think everybody needs to take this. Get over to Expresso Show and make this recipe because it's absolutely incredible. Like I said, I can't get enough of this, and I know if you make it too, you won't be stopping. You probably want to make 4 times the serving that we've given out to you. So head over to ExpressoShow.com, find this recipe, and literally bask in this magic. It is incredible. Look at the steam coming off this thing. Mzansi, oh, I'll see you around the corner. I'm going to go tuck into this goodness. Wow. That's good.
It's my feel-good breakfast.
right, Mzansi, are you ready to upgrade your life? But
Yes.
without breaking the bank. I think
Yes.
that's most important. Game is now turning up the heat with their hottest cellular deals. Drink, drink. Who is that? It's a deal for you. So defrost the cost this winter with unbelievable hot deals that you'll want to run, not even scroll, to grab each and every one of them.
Where did you get that ringtone from?
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
You gotta buy that one.
Can we record it? I have that as my alarm to wake up. Get out of bed. So let's start with a perfect starting point, actually. I love the Samsung Galaxy A05. Perfect for staying connected, and I think let's call it the entry-level starter pack, if you will. It's got all the bells and whistles, unbelievably good photo quality, but get this, 1,699 Rand. When last did you hear of a cell phone
Under
being
2K?
sold
Not
like
a
that?
typo. Are they not missing a zero on it?
And it's
Wow.
a Samsung.
Wow.
It's a Samsung.
So you already know.
Bro, so you know this thing's literally capable of almost anything. It's got all the tech that you need. What an incredible start to the cell phone game. Wow, if you were getting your first phone, that's a perfect choice.
It is.
That's all the teenagers out there. They're telling their parents right now, this
Mom,
is
it
the
costs
phone.
nothing.
This is
Come
the
on, yeah.
phone.
You're too young, man. You're too young. Come on.
All right, how about the Samsung Galaxy A16? Now, this one's got 128 gigs, big on space,
Wow.
small on the price. 3,299 Rand is all you need to get this one in your pockets.
I like the space on this, yeah.
It might replace your partner. I think this is your multitasker. I know, I'm making quite a bold statement.
That's a nice one.
No, and I say this with a great deal of pain, as my wife seems to not really need me as much anymore for things that I thought were absolutely essential. No, it's like your multitasker that you can keep in your clutch, in your pocket. It is
Absolutely.
brilliant. It packs a massive
Now we don't
punch.
have to bother our partners. We can
No.
actually do something nice for them instead of ask them for tasks.
Stay away and shut up.
Organize
okay?
my life.
It's your PA in your pocket.
But it speaks to, with the amount of space, because it needs to be able to handle, and like we live on our phones and we do documents and we do emailing, we do that, and you need the space to be able to back it up. But we also take too many photos and videos.
I do.
Like once a week, my phone is asking me, Guy,
Relax.
just please, let's just sort this out. But I love that.
Let's keep it going because it gets better and better, right? So next on our list, we've got the Samsung Galaxy A26 5G. And I say hello speed, and I want you to say hi to the 5G power, and it's only 4,699 Rand.
Wow.
Come on now. And I think this is
Saint
such
Bolt.
a perfect opportunity for, let's say, streaming. You want to be online, you want to be connected to your
nice.
friends and your community. This is the thing that's going to plug you in. Come on now.
I wonder if you could game on that phone. Do people game on their phones?
Two people came on their...
Oh, my bad.
When last have you been on a bus?
Yeah,
You see
exactly.
like youths on a bus. They don't
they
talk to
hear.
no
And
one.
they're not playing Candy Crush. Okay.
That's for the 50 plus.
Well,
No?
for anyone who wants to play it and challenge themselves mentally, okay? Okay, let's move on to something sleek, smart, and super stylish, okay? I'm not talking about you, Ryle. I'm talking about the Samsung Galaxy A36. It feels like a step up, but the price doesn't step up dramatically, which is massive. 7,499 Rand for a premium device.
It's beautiful. To me, I would probably get this one or maybe the next one because Instagram is very important to me, not only to flex on everybody, but also it's a form of income. I get money,
That is
putting
true,
content
yeah.
out, and this is a great phone to shoot your content on.
I like you put flexing on everybody ahead of feeding yourself every day and paying your rent.
It's priority.
Oh, she's too close to your shirt, that's why.
But you're absolutely right, though, and I think it's a perfect opportunity to have a phone that lasts that long. You need a battery.
Exactly.
You need to be out operating, and you don't want to be plugging yourself in constantly. So you want something that lasts for the entire day. Be plugged in and flex like Carissa over here. Then you know which one's on your list.
All right. Well, speaking of
The last
going
one's
the
my favorite.
distance, the Galaxy S24, it is the boss for the boss. Top tier tech, and you get absolutely everything in there, and technology that you don't quite understand but get to benefit from. 16,999 Rand for one of the best phones on the planet.
I do have an S24. It is one of the best phones, if not the best phone on the planet.
Stop flexing
And
on
it's
us.
fantastic.
Stop flexing on us,
Wait,
man.
one more time. The best phone on the planet. It is so good. I love it. Samsung does it each and every time. Game also does it because they know exactly who to partner with, and I love the fact that we get all the best in deals. Come on now.
It's like that saying, if you got it, then flaunt it. Just like this one over here.
Flex
Maybe
it.
you can be flaunting in your phone. So drop us a comment on our socials and tell us which one you are. And of course, which Galaxy fits your vibe. And we want you to head over to your nearest game store or shop online to snatch up these incredible Galaxy deals. Because when it comes to deals this hot, well, hello, you've got game.
Yes.
All right, so we have been glowing over the presence of Sharon, an incredible human being. Yeah, he's paid his dues in some of the biggest bands that have created rock in South Africa, but he is taking us on a very personal journey, stripping back the layers. So expect a tear or two. Yes, we will be clapping along because we are here for this incredible artist. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Sharon. Come on, son.
Hi, this is a song called Glow. It talks about being a musician and a performer and working hard and sweating, and under the lights, you sweat and you glow. When I think of time, my mind goes black. I raise my head, it's all turning black. As I drift away, I hear you call my name. My eyes turn blue, I'm turning all the blame. You and me and a whole lot of people, a whole lot of people dance until we glow. In our bodies there's an infinite rhythm, invisible freedom, and we let it show, let it show. And when the sun lays down, we start the fun until the break of dawn. We carry on, it's not too late to stop, it's never late to join. It's not how far we get, it's only way we're going. You and me and a whole lot of people, a whole lot of people dance until we glow. In our bodies there's an infinite rhythm, invisible freedom, and we let it show. When I see the time, dark turns to light. For now we say goodbye, we'll meet again tonight. You and me and a whole lot of people, a whole lot of people dance until we glow. In our bodies there's an infinite rhythm, invisible freedom, and we let it show. You and me and a whole lot of people, a whole lot of people dance until we glow. In our bodies there's an infinite rhythm, invisible freedom, and we let it show, let it show.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for bearing your soul for all of us. And thank you for spreading this kind of, this energy and the love and the light. It's awesome, dude. Thank you so much for taking us on this journey. What are you going to perform next?
Another song of mine called Darling. A song that talks about an injured little girl and her mother's want to protect her.
I love that, man. He is all about the love and the nurturing. Where did the rock star go, man, Dory? There is still some hardcore rock energy in there as well, but we're going to bring another performance to you in just a moment. And yes, we're going to bring in some kids who make us look immature, and they're going to take on a winter challenge with a difference, courtesy of the Crazy Store. Stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to the House of Fun. I know it's cold outside, but it doesn't mean the fun has to stop. Courtesy of the Crazy Store, we are going to go crazy. This morning, Jaylee and Hamish are our test subjects.
Hello, I hope you guys are ready. Our Crazy Store Winter Style Off is about to begin, and we've got it here to be our models. Of course, as you know, Jaylee and Hamish are in the building, and this is how we're going to have to do this, all right? Our mission is to create a full winter look from head to toe, but only using what's around us.
I like it. I don't want to lie. Okay, Hamish and I have been having our little stylistic chats, so we've got a plan. Jaylee, you know I love
Jaylee, we got this.
You're going down.
All right, we've got 60 seconds to do it all. I hope our counter has come on in because, girl, we've got to win, okay?
Okay, so then we're going to bring young Ava in, another child, a fellow child to be judge, to come and decide who she thinks got the look down. Okay, 60 seconds, not a lot, eh?
Ava, I love you. That's all I'm saying. Okay. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay, we've got a plan. Okay, let's do. I like what you were saying.
Yeah.
Kind of blocking. Okay,
Yeah?
put those on just.
The right hand, the right hand. I'm going to leave the beanies. Let's go
And you're going to look too cool for school. And I know you got a new hairdo, so I don't want to hide it. But
I think it's the...
You look like a skater girl. I love this.
yeah,
That's the other way. It's the other
loving
way.
it, dude. I'm loving it. What's our counter on? I think we're about 35 seconds in.
Getting it the right way.
There we go, there we go. You got it.
Absolutely works.
Yes, we
How are you guys doing over there? Because we're
No, we are absolutely
totally
winning.
didn't slug at all.
And we all know that putting on a pair of gloves is like the most challenging thing anyone can do, okay? So
Is it?
from a
Because
grown-up
we just
perspective.
did that in 2 seconds.
Okay, well, I said, like
Okay,
I'm doing it.
5 seconds.
Doing the heavy lifting here. 15 seconds to go. I don't want to make this pressurized or anything like that. We're going to lose if you can't put the glove on.
Oh,
No, that
15
was
seconds,
brilliant.
Shirley.
Okay,
I'm gonna throw this
and then
in
we're
your
going
head. I know your
to
hair's
have just an
beautiful.
accessory.
Don't worry, I got you, girl.
To break the... Oh, dude. Your advice was spectacular. Let's have a look there.
Time's up, wait.
A bit of a... What? I can't even see a clock. Where's the clock? I heard the time was up. I don't know. Okay, ding, 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 ding. It's over. Can I ask you, Hamish, you gave me some great advice. Can you please explain your outfit just a little bit to us?
So I decided if we go all black, then it's one color.
Yeah.
And then it's all through with one outfit.
I like that.
An
one
impact. And
Monochrome.
And you
I
see how
see
we
it.
could juxtaposition our heating pad over there with the black and white. Absolutely love it. Explain yourself.
So our outfit gets built as you move through life. So
I like that.
as the rain comes, the poncho goes on. But every day we got to keep warm. And then she goes, oh, wait, I actually need a hot water bottle. And then all of a sudden one appears. So
What kind of life lessons are you teaching these very absorbent young minds right
we've
now?
got a color explosion, right, Jaylee? The girlies are up, is all I'm
Well, it
saying.
matches personality on both sides there is what I'm saying. Absolutely beautiful. You look awesome. But, of course, our opinion doesn't really matter when it comes to kids because we know kids are just smarter, okay?
That's true.
I feel like I'm complicit in your cheating. Every time I open my mouth and turn around, you've got another item on. That is cool.
That is cool,
That is
though.
super
Come on,
cool.
you have to allow it.
I love it. But I think we need a professional judge to step in here. And by professional, I mean a child, okay? But she kind of is giving me very grown-up vibes with her judgerichness. Can we bring young Ava into the hot seat?
Woo!
And she's popping in.
Ava. Looking gorgeous
Hello,
in a
my
pink.
friend. You look great. The puffer jacket is amazing. It's a pleasure. I am trying really hard to be nice to you because this is kind of a competition. Don't laugh like that. Come on, I was being serious. Okay.
Ava. Yes, and you got to try to make us win. I'm just saying. Okay, Ava, you've got 2 looks. You've got the all-black monochrome with the teddy bear that heats up as well. And then you have the most gorgeous look you've ever seen. And it matches your pink color, you know, with the hat and the dinosaur. So which one, what do you think of it?
And don't be confused by the look, Ava. I know it is very confusing, but...
I do like,
You like it?
the pink, the light pink, and the gloves. And the jacket, it's just 2 rainbow.
Oh,
Two rainbow.
too many colors.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the blue looks nice with the pink.
Okay, so maybe if we got rid of the jacket, it would have been better. All right,
stay or
not
should I
bad.
So I'm going to give
Okay,
it
let's...
an 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Giving half points, thank you.
We'll
That was
take it.
very generous for that look. Now look at this. I noticed you were worrying about the clashing colours. Well, we took care of that problem.
So,
What do you think?
So the white and the black really looks nice.
Thanks.
So out of 10?
I'm going to give it... I don't know how to be rude.
Okay, no, I'll say it for you. Yeah.
Because she's really good at being rude. Watch. Just watch right now how good she is going to be.
You guys got an 8 out of 10.
Oh,
which is great. That's
that is beautiful.
Yes.
Don't worry about being rude. I don't think it's in your playbook.
No,
You are a wonderful
You're
kid.
incredible. But that does mean that we won. Yes.
Okay, give them a round of applause.
Thank you, everybody.
What I like about that is, ain't nothing going to slow you down today. You get cold, you're sorted. It rains, you're sorted. You've got a friend who's a little bit sad, you're sorted. Absolutely
And if it rains
brilliant.
more, we've got umbrellas. Can we have one, please, Gray?
And then
How
if you
about the
need-
challenge to see which one you'll choose?
I'm trying to look for a colour that
We'll take the
doesn't
blue.
match, because just to go with the
That's the
outfit,
vibe that we're going
it
for.
really is. We don't have a black and white one, so I'm going to let you choose, buddy. Hey? There we go.
And you guys have a bit of colour to go with your monochrome.
Okay, I'm going to hold this above my head just to help with the shade that has been cast upon Hamish and myself this morning.
So
Hamish,
good.
it wasn't you, it was me, man. No, I like the vibe.
Nice
All
job,
black is
guys.
cool.
Well done, Ava.
You're amazing, Ava. Thank you so much, Daly. Rock star.
Absolutely.
You've got to keep it on for the whole day, though. That's
Okay.
the deal.
Well, from the winners to everybody else, I got to remind you that whether you're layering up for warmth or just dressing up for fun, the Crazy Store has everything you need to create your own bold, brilliant winter look. So shop it, style it, and own it, most
Yeah.
importantly. Only at the Crazy Store. Give us a turnaround. Let's see.
Give it 12.
Ooh, you can twirl.
There we
It's
go.
your outfit.
Big or small, we have got it all. Everyone will find something at the Crazy Store. It's no wonder South Africa considers the Crazy Store the crazy fun place to shop.
All right, well, all the kids, especially Chris and G-Man, just take in all the ambience there. You've got any reason to get involved in that one. But here's another reason that I want you to get involved in, because I've pretty much spent the last 2 years for this moment right here. I grew my hair out just to talk to you about this, right? Because let's be honest, right? I mean, we got all the angles here, and good hair speaks louder than words. It's your crown. It gives you your confidence. It's your signature. I mean, it really deserves that quality product that is worth investing in. So listen to this. W Beauty is proud to introduce their Hair Lab range, which is a high-performance hair care collection formulated for every texture. Now, we stepped into their vibrant Hair Lab activation to experience the story, the science, and the styling behind this exciting new range. Let's check it out.
Today is about W Beauty celebrating that we've launched a hair care range, and we're so excited about it. And where first do you start? You start home. Let's start at the head office.
Here at W Beauty, we have a very wide range of skincare, color, and fragrance. And it was a natural progression for us to move into hair care. The hair care range is a efficacy-based hair care range that treats your scalp, treats your hair, and really leaves you just looking amazing, a head turner, to say.
So these products are locally produced, which is a plus. We are vegan friendly as well. And with everything that is synonymous to Woolworths, we always think of that one word, which is quality. So we have the hair toss game in our activation today, which is awesome because we are actually giving away full-size products. How cool is that?
I actually got interested because I do use a lot of W products, but the face range. So I was more interested. As you can see, I've got natural hair. So I need to see how their products will treat me.
I love that W Beauty is locally produced and they use organic materials and ingredients so that it's safe to use and it's good for your skin and it's good for your hair and it's good for the environment as well.
The main thing that I love within the hair care range is that it has the collagen and peptides within the zero gravity range, and that just helps promote new hair growth as well as protect the hair and also stop it from going grey or aging as well.
You can go into any of our W Beauty stores. The consultants are there to help you. You can have a full consultation. They'll have a look at your hair, discuss what your concerns are, and recommend the right range for you based on your concerns.
I've given the concerns that I have to the consultant, and she suggests that I use the Miracle Mix. I have hair that tends to break very easily, and I'm hoping that the serum and the hair mask is going to contribute to less breakage.
I have really dry hair, so I wanted to see what can I use. So the product that they gave me is the Moisture Lock shampoo as well as conditioner. Apparently it's really good in terms for dry hair to keep your hair moisturized.
My concerns are, as I'm entering my 30s,
It's mostly hair loss, around especially the hairline. So they just gave me a nice consultation, teaching me more about the product, what I can use, the different steps.
So yesterday I got samples. I wanted to just introduce my hair to the W Beauty product, and I was advised that I need to use the set the tone oil. So I used the shampoo, a conditioner, and I used the oil, which I find very great because it made my hair very shiny, and I used the oil just to prevent the breakage in the hair. I am quite impressed with the results, so I want to continue giving the product a chance and see how it will improve my hair texture overall.
Because we've launched this new hair care range, we thought it would be a beautiful idea to actually have South African participate. So this campaign is not about models. So what you need to do, you need to go to the store, get your hair analysis, grab your samples, go home, use it, film it for us, and then tag W Beauty and the hair turners, because you actually get a chance to be part of the W Beauty hair care hair turner campaign.
Of course, I would like to be a beauty hair lab head turner.
I'd love to be a W Beauty hair turner as well. I think we need more men represented here.
Yes, I would love to be a head turner. I think it will be a nice experience. I believe in the product.
The W Beauty hair care range is all efficacy-led, which really sets it apart in the market, especially at this price point. So you can get really great hair without having to go to the salon. You can get it at your local Woolies, and it's in a brand that you trust, which is W Beauty.
Sure, the branding is on point.
Perfect timing, right?
Such good timing. And I think now that we're both on our natural hair journeys, this is something we're going to look into. And we're so excited to bring you W Beauty's Hair Lab range. Hair care designed to bring out the best in your crown.
Absolutely. Now, these are conversations that I'm so keen to be a part of now that I got long hair. But don't forget that Woolies is giving you the chance to become a W Beauty Hair Lab head turner as part of their campaign. And to enter, it's really simple. There's 3 easy steps. And do the following, right? So collect your free samples at selected stores, post a video review on social media showing off your results, and then, lastly, tag Woolies Beauty and the hashtag WBeauty Head Turner in your answer. It's that simple, and it's that easy, and the T's and C's do apply.
Remember to shop the range now in-store, online, and on the app. In just a bit, our heads are going to turn this way because somebody excellent just stepped into studio.
Yes, I see your beautiful wavy locks as they flow in the wind, and I raise you a shoulda. Shoulda thought so. It's been too long, my friend. They're keeping us high five distance apart, but we can do it. You are clearly driven by passion and purpose at the moment. How are you? Are you really jet lagged right now?
I am. I've been trying to figure out my sleep, because as soon as I landed, it was like all systems go. You're already working, but also just the excitement of being back home. It feels like I've been gone for way too long.
Embrace it, girl.
I mean, the last time I saw you, in person, was 2021. That's how crazy life has been going.
Exactly. And look at you now. We call this a manifestation station. She is manifesting on another level. We'll plug into her passion and purpose. And I think what should be all of our passion and purpose, the arts in this country, and how ABSA is massively, I think, potentializing the world of artists doing some amazing storytelling that we need so badly right now. So we'll plug into that and catch up with this gorgeous human being on the other side of this.
Want to unlock the secrets of beauty innovation? Here's your chance to win exclusive tickets to Beauty University 2025. Simply purchase any of the featured L'Oreal products and WhatsApp a photo of your receipt to 081 010 0429. And you could be in attendance at the unforgettable Beauty University, happening on Saturday 28 June in Johannesburg. Competition closes Monday 16 June. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And yes, when we say feel good, you can tell by our smiles we mean it from the bottom of our heart. Now, speaking about hearts, from the heart of Limpopo to the global stage, former Miss South Africa Shirifatso Musida has proven that she's far more than a crown and a sash, although we do love her in that position, with her unwavering advocacy and impactful work beyond our borders. She really just continues to be a beacon of hope, but also a beacon of change across the entire globe.
Yeah, now before we dive into her inspiring journey, let's rewind to the unforgettable moment when Mzansi first fell in love with her during the 2020 Miss SA pageant. Bring on nostalgia.
What movement would you mobilize and why?
I would call my movement the mindful movement. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death between people aged 15 and 29. 1 in 3 people are expected to suffer from mental illnesses in their lifetime. So I believe that mobilizing people to strive for mental health would actually fix so many social ills in our society. And that is what I would mobilize. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, come
on now, big one. Ladies and gentlemen, our queen of the hour. Woo!
It's making me blush.
Oh my goodness, welcome back.
How
you
you
look
doing?
gorgeous. How are you?
I'm tired.
To say the least.
I'm tired. I was so scared of missing this time slot that I couldn't sleep. Like, you know, you're just up.
Right.
I don't know if it was like excitement because I haven't seen you guys in like 3 years in person.
Come on.
4 years, actually.
We're going to say it's that. Yes, we're going to claim that.
Let's claim that. But I'm good. I'm really happy to be back home. I'm really happy to be in studio with you guys.
Wow. We're so happy that you are here. There's been smiles all around. But when you say a little tired, we completely understand that as well, because you've been a busy girl.
Sure, yeah.
You're back now on home territory, but you've been abroad in the US for quite a bit. You said month on month or 4 months or What have you been doing?
I've been doing my master's.
Come on.
I'm at Columbia University and I'm doing my master's in international affairs, but I'm actually moving on to like a more STEM track because I realized like my brain loves math, even though I hate it at the same time. So I'm doing a lot more stats-based work, but focusing on economics and political development with a specialization in leadership, innovation and design. So I'm focusing on design thinking, systems thinking. So instead of just working on policy, how do we actually implement things on the ground? So I've been a big, like, obviously advocate for investment, for empowering young women and girls, but what does that actually look like on paper? So I've had the privilege of actually even consulting for companies now, or organizations rather, in Nairobi. I've been doing that obviously for organizations for the past 3 years, but to do it under such an official mandate. You know, when you put together a 37-page proposal, and you're like, I did that.
I did that.
So I'm a nerd and I really love learning. So I've been in New York for the past 10 months, obviously on and off because I'm between both. And it's been a wild ride.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a wild
Women
ride.
in STEM,
Absolutely.
yes, baby.
I almost feel like, and I use this word, and I'm using it pertinently, but you've entered like the crescendo of your athlete era. For someone that's able to travel the way you are, that's juggling so much and still looking this good, you're definitely tapping into something special to fuel you. 100%. And I know it's not just passion, because you're creating impact on such a level that you're still able to do it amongst all this chaos that you're dealing with. We're talking about UNFPA, which is causing incredible impact. It's a championing women and girls in incredible spaces. Talk to me more about this and how are you balancing this crazy juggling act that's currently going on?
Honestly, I've got incredible support, but it's been strange because I work on 2 different time zones. So most of the time, sometimes I'll have a meeting at 6 a.m. before class, and then in between, I'm also trying to juggle my work here in South Africa. And the team, like the UNFPA team, has been incredible. I was the first ever regional champion for the UNFPA for East and Southern Africa, and because of the work that we did over the 2 years, as soon as I got to New York, they're like, we want to make you a global champion.
Sure.
Wow.
And because of that, I've had incredible opportunities to speak to incredible people, advocate for not just the rights, especially during this, I call it a turbulent time, where investment now more than ever in women and girls is so important. So the work that they're doing, for example, in humanitarian crises and conflict-stricken areas, they are right there on the ground making sure that women can deliver babies safely. They have midwives on the ground. They've got health kits on the ground. And the work that they're doing, and this is not just with the UNFPA, but like the midwives as well on the ground, the people at grassroots level who are doing the work, those are the people that I speak on behalf of, because I can only be I call myself a mouthpiece because I don't think anyone is voiceless at all. So people like saying I'm the voice for the voiceless.
Right.
There's no point where no one is, where a person is voiceless. They just don't have a seat at the table. And since I've got a seat at the table, how do I bring those stories to make sure that they also get their time to say, this is what we're doing, this is what you're investing in, see us, hear us. And that's what the UNFPA work is about. And I'm so privileged to be a global champion, to be on the platforms that I find myself on. I had a pinch me moment. I was at UN headquarters and I was sitting there moderating a conversation. I'm like, I dreamt about this when I was 8 at my grandfather's house. And to be at this point, for me, it's not like I do it because, you know, it's cool or anything, but it's literally what drives me. It's what I was raised on. Like, I saw it from my grandmother, from my aunt.
Wow.
My aunt raised children that weren't even hers, and we are products of love that extended far beyond responsibility.
Wow.
Are we fulfilling our destiny
Good.
right now?
I
It
think
definitely
so.
feels like it.
We're close, we're
Oh my
close.
goodness. You know what, I was actually going to ask you, Shudu, about your why, but I think it's so apparent. And also, every single area and season you've been in has not been in vain. It's always been an act of service, from being in the pageantry space to being in the advocacy space to now being in the education space and beyond. It is just, I'm literally getting goosebumps under this animal print dress. It is just incredible the work you're doing, and woman to woman, I am completely inspired by your journey.
Thank you so much. I think my why again is just knowing, you know, in different scriptures or different books that you read, I've studied different religions, but there's one thing that is clear, that we need to be of service to one another. And I think sometimes we forget, you know, like that whole thing, when you rise, lift other people with you. I sometimes sit and I get scared because I'm like, I don't want to be the only person who actually gets to sit at these tables, you know. I've become a lot more fearless in the things that I say to some of the high-level people that I work with, and I'm so grateful to have the support around me that allows me to actually say things that I think are important to say. You know, the encouragement from my mentors. And I think my why is that. And I don't think it should only be my why. I think it should be all of our whys.
Sure.
You know, like, how do we, it's something as simple as putting a smile on someone's face. You know, like, you look nice. So, like, it's the little things. I think people think being of service means big things. But it's literally the small things in the little spaces that we have.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely love this conversation, and we're not stopping it there. We just need to take a break, reflect on all this magic coming our way, and of course our queen is not going anywhere. We're going to be chatting to her more about this incredible impact, the passion and the purpose that we all could take a page out of. Well, we'll keep with that, but for now though, G-Man, what's happening your side, bruv?
Oh, we're going to feed off that energy right now. And I think, yes, well, we love all of us weighing in to do something small. Sometimes we need the major players to step in to make big waves. And I think all of us can distill art in a way that tells our stories. And this is one thing that is worth celebrating, certainly here in South Africa. And our very own Ayanda G. Tobeta joined ABSA for the launch of a powerful new exhibition series, shining a spotlight on ABSA's Le Atelier Gerard Sekoto winner. And we are talking about Balukmo Mbete. Her latest showcase at Gallery Momo is breathtaking, a bold celebration of culture, of creativity, and most importantly right now, connection. The kind of art that preserves heritage and sparks meaningful dialogue right now. Let's take a look at the magic.
We are back in the City of Gold to join ABSA for the ABSA L'Atelier Ambassador 2023 solo exhibition, which celebrates African artists and the stories that shape them. Let's explore how this platform is unlocking creativity across the continent. I'm so excited to learn more about what the ABSA L'Atelier competition is and what the Gerard Sekoto Award is and how those two mingle to help amplify the ambassador's journey. Can you please explain that?
Under the ABSA L'Atelier, it's 39 years in existence. I mean, nearly 4 decades. And part of one of the awards within the ABSA L'Atelier is our Gerard Sekoto, which is sponsored by the French Embassy and the Alliance Francaise in South Africa. And it's focused on a young South African artist, giving them an opportunity to shine really on the international platform. And that's where we are here this evening with Balumko's solo exhibition, our 2023 Gerard Sekoto winner.
Balumko, you look absolutely stunning. We're in your gorgeous exhibition. How are you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling good. I was really nervous, but feeling really optimistic.
You are the recipient of the Gerard Sekoto Award in 2023. What has this done to boost your profile and speak to your previous work?
So Jared Sokoto is one of the first artists that we come across learning art history in school. So for me, it's been really amazing to experience this prize, experience the award. So it's been really pivotal for me to kind of like think about that legacy and what it may mean for my career and trajectory. The show kind of explores memory, thinks about like reflecting on where we are in our journeys, and it also has like some spiritual aspects about like remembering someone that's passed on, that's been like now has become an ancestor, but now we're remembering their journey.
What she's done with this exhibition is phenomenal. She's brought in really installation work, but very much more personal and reflective of her family's journey through time.
The Absa Atelier Jared Sokoto Award is a very, very important one because one, it exemplifies how we can actually connect people throughout the continent through art, and also it celebrates, artistic talent throughout the continent. So that is something that I'm very, very happy about and very passionate about.
I love what ABSA is celebrating here for everyone to tell their story, and I feel like you can tell your story in so many different ways, be it art, be it fashion, be it content creation, be it whatever it is. Your story matters, and I think ABSA did just that tonight. Someone's creative brain is on the floor today, and we just love seeing it and celebrating it.
My favorite thing about the exhibition is that it's a reflection of a lived experience, and it's a story about a journey her grandfather took. And she went on that journey through her work, and it's incredibly inspiring and moving, being someone who have grandparents as well. For me, is reminding me that the source is you. Telling your own story is the most important thing. And she brought herself and her family and her vulnerability to this place, and allowed us to connect with it and see ourselves in her story. So I'm inspired by that, and that's my most favorite part about it.
Now, you are a trailblazer in your rights, representing not just South Africa, but Africans in general. For young artists looking at this, what words of encouragement do you have for them?
Trust in your ideas, and just keep making, keep going. You have to keep on moving. So the ideas that you have, even if your execution may not be perfect, just keep trying to put them out there.
Be diligent, keep producing, keep expressing your creativity, equip yourself with the necessary skills to become a success, professionalism. I would say just keep moving forward and, take advantage of such opportunities to enter such competitions like the Absa Atelier, which can actually give you the opportunity to end up in a space like Gallery Momo.
Put your hat in the ring, show up, enter the Absa Atelier. You've got a whole year to show up and prepare for next year. And that's a challenge that we are putting out to all young artists on this continent. Come forward, show that you exist, and allow us to celebrate your stories.
ABSA's L'Atelier proves that sharing African stories creates a richer and more creative future for the continent, because your story matters.
I love our gorgeous Ayanda. That was the most aggressive she can be. Your story matters.
Because it does.
And it really does. It really, really does. Well done, Absa. Well done. I think to the string of artists that are being introduced to the world through this platform, absolutely incredible. Well done.
Beautiful stuff, man. A great way to get us into the top of the hour, and we look forward to so many more. But in terms of conversation, Shudu is still in the building, and yes, part 2 of that chat, because there's so much to talk about.
I was so inspired by that.
I don't think there is a Miss SA who has used her platform to do more, to be honest. And she's only just gotten started. Mind-blowing.
I couldn't say it any better, G-Man, and it's so curious, so exciting to see what's going to be coming next. And you get to find out in a conversation happening around the corner, and then we've got entertainment, because our man of the hour is still here to perform for you, Mzansi. So don't go anywhere. All the good stuff happening soon. See you soon.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code Expresso for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've wrapped up 2 hours. Now let's get that final hour started with your national news headlines. And we start off here. Agricultural Minister John Steenhuisen confirmed South Africa will receive 72 million rands worth of foot and mouth disease vaccines from Botswana this week. Now, the vaccines will support a mass rollout starting in KwaZulu-Natal in collaboration with industry bodies and feedlots. Steenhuisen raised concerns over livestock and feed movement at auctions, warning they risk worsening the outbreak. Now, he plans to gazette stricter regulations governing animal movement, feedlots and auction houses within 2 weeks, urging farmers to fully comply to curb the disease's spread. In other news in the country, Defence Minister Angie Motshekga says the withdrawal of this SADC mission from Eastern DRC is ongoing, with progress being made despite delays. She affirms that cooperation among member states remains strong and downplays any perceived tensions that's between South Africa and Rwanda. Motshekga says the mission is being managed through continental and global structures, including the AU, the UN and the SADC. In your international news-making headlines, tensions between Elon Musk and Donald Trump erupted after the former president criticized Musk for opposing a major tax cut and spending bill. Now, Musk hit back on X, denying claims he helped shape the bill, calling it a, quote, disgusting abomination. Tesla shares dropped by 9%, hitting their lowest level since February. Now, the fallout marks a sharp split after Musk spent nearly $300 million supporting Trump-aligned candidates in 2024. Trump has threatened to cut federal contracts and subsidies to Musk companies, escalating the political and financial standoff. Meanwhile, jurors began deliberations Thursday in Harvey Weinstein's rape and sexual assault retrial after hearing from 3 women who accuse him of attacks between 2006 and 2013. The retrial follows the overturning of his 2020 convictions due to trial errors. 2 of the accusers, Miriam Haley and Jessica Mann, testified again. Prosecutors say Weinstein abused his power, while the defense claims the encounters were consensual. Weinstein, already serving 16 years for a separate conviction, denies any wrongdoing. Now, the verdict could reaffirm or further reshape the legacy of the #MeToo movement. And closing up with some local news, South African geologist Dr. Tebogo Makubela has been awarded the 2025 National Geographic Wayfinder Award. That's for groundbreaking work in human evolution. A leader in the Rising Star program, Makubela helped uncover evidence that Homo naledi may have buried their dead, redefining early human behavior. With expertise in geochronology, he's transforming how we date fossils. Declining a gold mining job to pursue research, he now inspires future scientists. Absolutely love it when the stars align and you honor your calling. Congratulations once again to him. So we leave your news for this Friday morning. Let's get those final sporting details with Graham.
Thank you so much, my friend. Ahead of an epic sporting weekend, this week has delivered as well. Let's start with the international rugby window. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has named an incredible, unchanged 54-man training squad for the upcoming international season. So the group features incredibly 31 Rugby World Cup winners and then 9 brilliant uncapped players, including Vincent Chatuka and Joano Augustus. Congratulations, lads. The Springboks will meet the Barbarians in their first ever encounter on South African soil in Cape Town on the 28th of June. That's massive. And that'll be followed by back-to-back tests against Italy in Pretoria and Gqeberha on the 5th and 12th of July, respectively. And then our old foes, Georgia, in Nelspruit a week later. That's the 19th of July. And as I said, I hope that's the first to sell out. Now, speaking of the rugby accolades now, it's that time of the year. And Stormers star Sasha Feinberg Ngoma Zulu has been crowned South Africa's Vodacom URC Player of the Season for the 24-25 season. The 23-year-old playmaker edging out some incredible talent, Springbok teammates Cameron Hanekom and Wilco Lowe, after what has been a standout campaign this year. And he joins past winners Marnie Labok and Evan Russ, adding to his South African Rugby Young Player of the Year accolade as well. So again, well done, young man. Well, the young men are shining at the moment as we move to football, and Lamine Yamal continues with his club form for his country, starring with a brace as Spain outlasted France 5-4 in the pulsating Nations League semi-final. What an incredible game. Goals from Williams, Marino, Pedri, and then 2 from Yamal, stunning France early before Les Bleus launched a dramatic fight back that fell just short, with that 17-year-old now leading the holders into their 3rd straight final with Portugal. Now, speaking of finals, we have a dream final on clay in Paris. Aryna Sabalenka stunned Iga Swiatek to reach the French Open final, where she'll face Coco Gauff. Now, Sabalenka powered through the 3rd set to halt Swiatek's Roland Garros reign, while Gauff, she crushed local wildcard Louise Biosson 6-1, 6-2. And with their head-to-head sitting tied at 5 apiece, this final promising fireworks, as Sabalenka, of course, eyes her first non-hard-court slam, and all the signs are there. And that's where we leave our sport for this morning. We look forward to recapping it all on Monday morning, so enjoy it and have an amazing sporting weekend. But right now, let's hope our drive to work is going to be just as amazing.
Thank you so much, G-Man. And yes, let's try to get you there safely when it comes to the roads. And we're going to start off in Johannesburg, Gauteng. Now, there are heavy delays being experienced as a result of the vehicle on fire. Now, this has been reported in our previous bulletin. Now, the left lanes are closed and congestion is still backed up to Mariesberg. So motorists are advised to approach with caution and consider alternative routes. From Johannesburg, we move to Cape Town, and Somerset West is where there's congestion happening along the N2 outbound. And this is before Victoria Interchange, and it's resulting in expected delays. You can definitely see this from the visuals, so please do the following. And I think for anybody heading out on the roads, buckle up, stay safe, and plan your route accordingly. And make sure that you arrive alive to start off a beautiful weekend. And speaking of, there's one last opportunity for us to dive into weather and see what you can expect for the weekend. Let's go. And reporting from the South African Weather Service, which has issued a yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds between Saldanha Bay and Cape Agulhas, happening from Friday evening to Saturday. Now, very cold, wet and windy conditions also expected across the Western and Northern Cape, with possible snowfall and icy roads around Beaufort West. Now, the Eastern Cape will also see colder weather into next week, and elsewhere conditions range from partly cloudy to fine across Gauteng, Mpumalanga and Limpopo. Now, we also have UVB levels which are remaining quite high, so residents are advised to please use sun protection. Well, again, we get excited because it's our final edition of our Sunrise View of the Hour, and we're heading to Unkomas, and this one was shared by Nancy. A beautiful shot. Looks like this is just before the sun has even risen. It's like a little bit of pre-burn just hitting up the clouds there and showing us the promise of a beautiful day. You're going to expect 28 degrees Celsius weather out in Unkomas today, Nancy. And again, thank you and everybody else that has sent in these incredible sunrise views. We absolutely love it, and we hope to do it again not tomorrow, actually, Monday, first thing, bright and early. The number is 063-036-9649. And yeah, we love to see your sunrise view wherever you are in the world. For now, though, a last opportunity to see what temperatures you can expect as we send you into the weekend.
Moderate weather across the country. Let's see how we can warm you up just a little bit and get you fiery, because the National Lottery is here. We want you to play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 30 million rand in total estimated jackpots, and it all goes down on this Friday, baby. Yes, that's right. Play Powerball for an estimated 16 million, and then you get Powerball Plus for an estimated 14 million rand today. Now, buy your tickets. I'm pretty sure the stores are open right now, or you could just head to nationallottery.co.za. There is the mobile app while you are on your phone. There's cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD. All these details, you can find them on our social media pages. Go look us up at Expresso Show, give us a follow, and then Panda Pusha Play Powerball and Powerball Plus, and that is for 30 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. And I'm telling you, you could just be a lucky winner today. I'm feeling it in my bones. What I'm also feeling is part 2 of a conversation with Shudu. Do you think you can make this happen, gents?
And thou shalt receive.
Exactly. We're all about the manifestation here, and we joke about this being the manifestation station. I think your energy got into our couch,
What do you
and now
mean?
anyone else who sits on there just manifests whatever they want.
Listen, that is a manifestation on its own. I'm just saying.
I'm manifesting right now. No, we have got some big things to manifest, and we've got the right person leading the charge. We are so proud of you, girl. I know we are gushing a little bit today, but with good reason. We'll continue in the most inspiring journey that has only just begun, which makes it the most exciting.
So I'm going to manifest inspiration right now and just sit on the couch. You don't go anywhere, we'll see you around the corner. You see, it's already appeared. This thing is magic. Don't go anywhere, Zanzi. We'll see you after this.
That scratchy sore throat? Time to shut it down with Medicule A, the fast-acting lozenge that soothes irritation and helps fight infection. Real relief right when you need it, because your voice deserves to be heard, not silenced. Want to stand the chance to win 2,000 Rand cash? Hit up Expresso's social media, answer the weekly competition question using #AdcocOTCWinter to enter. Entries close on Sunday. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3. And we are so excited to join this conversation once again with Shurufatso Masida, who, of course, is the former Miss South Africa from 2020, a time when everything was uncertain, but one thing was for sure. She had her eyes set on many prizes that she's just picking up along the way and serving you too.
Absolutely, and serving us so much when it comes to pertinent conversation, how to take passion, turn it into purpose, and create incredible impact. And we had a little bit of a brief touch on that, but let's dive and explore more of our Queen of the Hour, because you are doing such incredible work. I feel like guilty for not using more of my own energy, because what you're doing, I felt like I was tired. And then hearing what you're doing, I'm like, hang on, I've got no excuse, because
I'm always like, I don't have enough hours. Hello?
Absolutely. So we touched on the travels, we touched on some of the incredible sort of campaigns you've been involved in, but we haven't even spoken about your foundation, which is, again, impact on another level. I can literally see you smiling when we mention the name, but talk to me about how everything's going, how this, obviously we know how the foundation started, but the reason behind it and the impact it's having right now. What's that been like for you? What are you experiencing?
The foundation, honestly, is, I call it my baby.
Yeah.
But I'm also like the type of person where I can be a type A personality in terms of wanting everything to be perfect. But what I realized with the foundation over the last 2 years is that it doesn't need to be perfect as long as it's doing the work. Right now we're working on dignity first initiatives where sometimes when I work with brands, I tell them, listen, instead of paying me X amount, how about you actually donate to the school and do this and do that?
That's brilliant.
And I've gone to different schools, obviously, when I was Miss South Africa. And as an author, I've gone to different schools to read to children. And there was this one specific school that I went to. I remember I was donating books. And the children didn't have shoes. And I was like, oh, okay, we're coming here with books that are very pretty, but they don't even have school shoes.
The basic
essentials. And I remember I was speaking to one of the partners I worked with, and I was like, listen, I'm doing this project for you, but I just know as a South African mothers and fathers go to work. Sometimes they don't even buy themselves clothes to make sure a child looks good when they go to school. That's dignity. That's who we are. I just knew how hard my mom worked to make sure that I fit in with the other kids. And I know that's something that's so important. We've seen the different stories on TV. And I was like, it's about dignity. You know, like a child feeling proud, feeling like they are going to get a seat at the table because they look the part as well. And I spoke to them. I sent them a whole long email. And I said, I'd really love for you to donate school shoes. And I went back to the first primary school that I went to in Limpopo. And I donated school shoes to the whole school. And this was with partners who actually did incredible work. But for me, it's about dignity first. I feel like one thing that I really love focusing on is economic and educational empowerment, which is why I'm doing the work that I'm doing. But I was like, how are we focusing on the big concepts when we haven't even focused on the small ones? Food security. A child cannot go to school hungry. How do you expect them to get good grades, get the scholarship that they need in order to get to the other side? They say education is the key to economic emancipation. But the truth is, they can't even get to a point where they succeed because they're hungry. Young girls are using newspapers as sanitary pads.
Talk about it.
Like, how are we saying, oh yeah, just let's focus on this and let's focus on that? You are actually not giving them the tools they need to succeed. They can't even get to the other side of finishing high school. There are children that are going through abuses at home. And when I went to that school, it made me realize that we're focusing not on the wrong things, but it's too soon. Like, why are we focusing on the big concepts when these children don't even have the basic needs? Basic needs.
Yeah. And I feel like this speaks so well to the sentiment you mentioned earlier. You were younger, you had a vision, but you need to have the basic essentials taken care of so you don't have to worry about anything else and you can focus on that dream. So you're essentially allowing these kids to have a dream, give them the opportunity to dream, and then essentially make it materialize like you have now. So creating a pathway of success, essentially.
Exactly. It's almost like all of us here, we need to get to the studio, right? But if you had no ways of getting here, how would that even work?
How are you going to carry it
out?
Like,
it's a simple analogy to me. Like, if there was no cars, no buses, no nothing, and you're expected to get to work, how would you get to work if you did? How are you going to show up? How are we going to sit here smiling and actually like being on the show and talking to people without the basic needs? And that's what my foundation does. I had someone, they were like, why would you focus on sanitary pads? And it wasn't just that, you know, like school shoes, sanitary pads, and like the other essentials. It was more of For me, it was also the education around it. So we also did a workshop with an incredible organization, Curate. They were our partners on this as well. And we wanted to educate not only girls, but boys as well.
You're right.
Because I watched while I was in New York, I was on this incredible panel with incredible people, and we were speaking about how there was this young girl in Kenya. She was 12 years old. She got her first period in class and her teacher called her dirty, and then she, on the same day, died by suicide because of the lack of information.
Right.
So that's what we started doing, like information, education. We give them certificates so they feel like they achieved something.
Acknowledge them, yeah.
But a lot of these young girls specifically are raised by grandmothers. They're in child-headed households. There's no one educating them about their bodies, their bodily autonomy, consent, little things that go a long way. So we focus on education, got them reusable products that they can use, educated not only the girls but the boys as well, so they understand and they're sensitized to the language and respect that they need to have when they're speaking to these young girls. The school shoes, these are just like entry points, but I believe they make the biggest difference in how these young students show up. And the truth is, I've been so blessed to have brands, organizations call me and say, listen, we've actually been following your work for a while now. How can we help?
I love
They want to jump on the bus and
that's
follow
the
change.
point,
Yeah.
really. I absolutely love that. And the fact that you are causing ripple effects everywhere across the country
It's not
and
ripples,
beyond.
these are waves.
These are tsunami waves. Let's talk a little bit about your Mindful Monday initiative. I know that it got started just, I think, after COVID, and now it's making a comeback. So tell us a bit more about this.
So Mindful Mondays is like my baby. I love it so much. But we started it obviously when I was Miss South Africa, and we had over 1 million views in 8 months. And it was incredible because, you know, I used to do it every single Monday at 7 p.m. and you can only imagine how exhausting that is when you've had a full day.
Right.
And I had incredible partners like SADC who had psychologists and psychiatrists and mental health professionals come and freely donate their time and resources to educate. Because I felt like during COVID, people are focusing on economic recovery. People are at home anxious. People are like the stats right now of like how depression and anxiety doubled or like increased by at least 20% in so many different places. It was so important to also focus on the mind. As I said, when I won Miss South Africa, the mind is the powerhouse. Without it, how do you expect people to get to the other side? People lost family members, jobs, etc. And Mindful Mondays was like a place where we say, we see you, we hear you. And in 2023, I think I was on Expresso actually talking about Imbe. We were about to launch Imbe Buwet, and I was on a flight. I just came back from Kenya. I was in Kenya for 48 hours, flew back from Kenya. I actually slept at the airport because I arrived at 2 a.m. And I had a 9 a.m. flight. And when I got up, I got on the flight, and I was just feeling so drained, and I felt so down. This guy on the flight, it was an SA flight, they like just kept on looking at me the whole time. And I'm wondering, why is this guy looking at me? Because I was tired. Like, I just didn't have it in me. I had to get makeup done. I had to, like, be alive, and I wasn't. And then eventually, like, one of the lead cabin crew members says, there's a guy here who really wants to speak to you. In my mind, I'm like, you know, like, I'm tired.
Yeah, I can't deal with this now.
He then says to me, Mindful Monday saved my life. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'd lost my job. I'd lost everything. I had to move back home. And when I'd watch Mindful Mondays, I'd realize that I wasn't alone. And then he said his mom actually got to a point, she's now passed, but she would remind him to watch Mindful Mondays every single Monday. And he said, thank you.
Wow.
In that moment, I just wanted to cry because I was like, you don't understand the amount of times where I just felt drained from like pouring out so much and not even knowing if it landed somewhere.
Right.
And I've had a few people who told me that it landed somewhere, and now we're bringing it back. It's not going to be heavily focused on the education part, but it's going to be focused on mental wellness with different guests, from athletes to business people to people who work in the humanitarian space, to just be yapping, honestly. But it's coming back in a different way, and I'm so excited to produce this offering in a way where I'm assuming that we're all educated on mental health now, and we can just have a real conversation like we're doing now.
Oh, I'm here for it. And I'm here for you, and I'm here for the work that you are doing. And thank you again for saying yes to your purpose and your calling, because you are definitely saving more lives than you probably think. Shurafat to everybody. Miss 2020 South Africa, but doing so much more with the platform that she has been given. We'll definitely keep our eyes on this superstar right here.
Oh man, you don't understand. I'm living like a childhood dream here, getting first-hand information about the bands that I grew up with, the guys that inspired our rock industry. You are a legend, my friend. I feel like we all owe you a debt of gratitude. And he might make us cry. It's going to be a heartful tune. I'll let you set the scene, but I'm going to say once again, thank you so much, Siobhan, for being here for us. And yes, for you guys a little bit, so I'm going to let him do what he does best. Take it away.
The song is called Darling. It's about a girl that got abused when she was young, and this is about the story from her mother's perspective, wanting to protect her.
She was just a little girl. He just comes and breaks it all. That's when life begins to stall. Don't let her slip away. Driven by her bitterness, all those nights of emptiness, living a life of craziness. Don't let her slip away. Darling, I swear that I will be with you and follow you anywhere. I'll give you everything until my last time if I were a millionaire. I'll be by your side, make sure you're right. Darling, I would never let you slip away. I've even tried to free her mind. A mind so young can be so blind. And every day she falls behind. Don't let her slip away. She is not a little girl anymore. Help her out this candy store. To spread her wings and make her soar. Don't let her take away. Darling, I swear that I will be with you and follow you anywhere. I'll give you everything until my last time if I were a millionaire. Yeah, I'll be by your side and make sure you're right. Darling, I will never let you slip away. You'll be strong, my little girl, 'cause I'll be here for you. Darling, I swear that I will be with you and follow you anywhere. I'll give you everything until my last time if I were a millionaire. Yeah, I'll be by your side, make sure you're right. Darling, I will never let you slip away. Darling, I swear that I will be with you and follow you anywhere. I'll give you everything until my last time if I were a millionaire. Yeah, I'll be by your side and make sure you're right. Darling, I will never let you slip away. She is just my little girl.
Yes, please, you beauty!
The Defender Awards are incredibly important in helping to shine a spotlight on the amazing work of some incredible individuals.
When you are an organization or a team doing something great to get funding of your project, it is really important.
Charities need initiatives like this to make a difference in the work they're involved in.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, I'm Zazi. Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and I think it's about time for you to get ready to turn your dream kitchen into a reality. Now, listen to this. You can see why there's a smile on my face because Easy Life Kitchens is giving away a stunning makeover worth 450,000 Rand. Now, this is complete with Caesar stone countertops and a 50,000 Rand installation cost covered by ABSA. Now, this literally is your chance to cook up something absolutely amazing. Maybe even more amazing than this kitchen right here behind me. Well, it could be yours and you could walk away with a show-stopping design kitchen crafted with premium finishes and built to absolutely impress. Now, this is luxury reimagined and all of it could be yours. So how do you get involved? Don't worry, I got the plug for you. To enter, you got to do the following, right? Visit one of the 43 Easy Life Kitchen showrooms across Southern Africa. That's step one. Then you want to scan the QR code that you'll find on the display room in the showroom. And then simply for step three, take a selfie in your favorite kitchen display, complete the online entry form in store and upload your photo. Booyah, and then you are in the running. Plus, it gets even better because if you are an existing ABSA client, you will automatically qualify for a bonus entry and will therefore have 2 entries into the competition. Yes, we're doubling your odds of winning this one, and we want everybody to get involved and not miss out on the kitchen giveaway. It ends the 30th of June, and you can visit easylifekitchens.co.za today to find out where your nearest showroom is. And don't forget the T's and C's do apply and can be found at easylifekitchens.co.za. Go get your dreams on.
Well, listen, what we are going to get down and going on is a delicious Friday foodie takeover with our Bassinator, who's still in studio. And we've got to get into something delicious, a sweet treat to end off our deliciously indulgent morning. You know that he made some mac and cheese with ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Short ribs.
Short ribs. We got there eventually, and now we're going green with a ooey gooey pistachio lava cake, and it comes together in just under 30 minutes. We probably have under 3 minutes, but we're gonna make it happen.
Wow. Okay, cool. We're gonna swap. So you're gonna do this because you know it's Friday, and I shouldn't actually be working.
No,
so you're gonna
neither
do it
should
for
I though. Okay.
So our pistachio lava cake, again inspired by someone that I saw online. We're doing like trendy foods. It's been just like filling our social media feeds, and I'm loving it. So what we got here is some almond flour and some regular flour, so it's a blend of the two. To that, you're going to add some sugar.
Lovely.
Baking powder and a little bit of salt.
Okay, cool.
Then what you've got over here is some oil.
Neutral oil also.
Oil, yeah, just normal cooking oil. And then almond milk.
Okay.
Yeah. Some almond essence as well as vanilla essence. And you're going to mix that together
So you intentionally went almond milk and almond essence to give that nutty flavor?
100%.
Okay, which tool do I mix it with?
Use the spatula initially, yeah, because there's flour and stuff, so you don't want to, and it's quite quick, but then you can go with the whisk.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add in some pistachios into that. So we're going to go about half of this, you know, not the cheapest, but you know what, you can.
That's at least 3,000 rands worth of pistachios.
Okay, so once it's together, it's quite quick. Then what we're going to do is we're going to dish it into our ramekins. So you essentially want to also grease your ramekins because eventually you want to toss it out at the end.
Because it's a lava cake.
It's a lava cake, right? So you're only going to fill the bottom for me.
Okay.
And then we're going to go in with our pistachio butter. So now if you don't have pistachio butter, you can make it at home.
Okay.
So if you've got a blender, you can pop some pistachios into there and cream it, basically. Or add some tahini to that and then blend your pistachios with
I thought tahini was savory. You can add it to this.
You can definitely do that.
Yum.
And then also, if you wanted to change the flavor, you could do that as well. So you could have a hazelnut one with, you know, chocolate hazelnut filling and all of those things. So we've got our batter in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some of the pistachio butter, if you want to do that one.
I do. How much is too much?
Just like a tablespoon.
Is that
You just said it's 3,000. And then we're going to put a block of white chocolate on top of that. And then you're going to top it with some more batter for me, please.
So technically there's only enough for one. So who gets the topping?
You go.
Thank you. I'll share my lava cake with you.
You did all the work today.
I did, didn't I? Okay, let's see.
And then we're going to pop this into the oven, bake it, and then you can pull it out and you want to eat it warm.
Okay.
Like we served it over here, you can serve it with some ice cream, but I'm going to give you the honor and you can taste it for
That is
us.
so kind of you. This already smells delicious raw, so I can
So you
only
want that
imagine.
ooey gooey center.
Oh, it's warm.
So let's hope you've got that.
Okay, so am I digging down the middle?
Yes.
Okay. Because there's a way to do this. Oh.
So this one was
But I need
inspired
it
by
to be
recipes by Rosie online. If people want to check out, she does amazing recipes.
Wow. This is more than a
Did you
TV
get a
bite,
gooey-
but
did
I'm
you get
going
a
to do
gooey
it.
ooey
I got a
center?
gooey little center there. Let me get the ooey gooey. Okay, there we go. There's the ooey gooey. Okay.
Can be honest, Carissa.
No, it really is good.
Thoughts out of 10? Do you rate it?
Out of 10, I'm going 9.8.
Okay, wow. Nice.
That's really good.
And also what you could do, you could prep this whole thing and I would pop them into the freezer.
Oh.
And then when you're craving this, take it out, put it into the oven and just bake it for a little bit longer than you would have because now it's frozen.
Okay, what if you have a nut allergy? This is not the recipe for you. Somebody that doesn't have a nut allergy.
I'm sorry, your look said that
Just
maybe you
like
need
it's a
someone
whole
to...
pistachio thing. Stay at home with your nut allergy.
But you've just, that's called adding insult to injury. Well, thankfully, of all the allergies, I have a nut allergy.
That one you're totally
This is
fine
something you can
with,
actually eat.
You can.
This is lovely. Thank you so much.
And
it
enjoy.
looks and tastes, well, admittedly, it looks like someone's already just...
Because somebody did.
I
Me.
almost asked, which is the finished one? This looks, it feels warm and comforting. Smells amazing. No, I don't have a nut allergy. Oh, that is lovely. Cool.
It's good, hey?
Did you make it or did she make it?
Me.
Let's just say she did.
Don't say it. I did make it.
You can do this for the next Come Down With Me challenge.
I can. Graham beat me, but I should have won. We all know that.
Just
should be
destroyed.
the truth.
MasterChef.
Exactly.
Put some respect on his name. Fair enough.
I'm finding new and interesting ways to fail at cooking every day. Okay, no, this is delicious, guys. Absolutely
It's really
beautiful.
good. It's got some white chocolate, some pistachio butter, and the pistachios in here. You know, it's kind of like
on a
crumbly
serious
in the
note, though,
best
if you
way.
didn't want to include the nuts, you could just use plain flour, and then you could change the filling to maybe just chocolate.
Yeah.
So that you just completely keep the nuts out of it.
Because the
See,
texture's
now we've
very
made you
nutty,
nervous
yeah.
that someone with a nut allergy is going
because
to
now
try
people are
this.
going to be like, why didn't you answer the question?
Yeah.
The question
Here's
was a
your
joke.
answer.
It's a pistachio lava cake. This is not for the nut people.
And it's
nut-free people.
a nice grown-up dessert.
It's for the nutty people.
Oh, that's why I like it so much.
I love it. Well, listen, we're going to go in a quick ad break because I definitely want to try it with the pistachio ice cream as well. And in just a bit, we get into Father's Day gift ideas. This could be one of them. Not only that, we have to get into one more performance to send you off into your Friday. So don't go anywhere, okay? Deliciousness. Well done, Bass. Yeah.
Say goodbye to discomfort and constant loo visits with UriClear, natural support for urinary tract wellness. Get fast relief with the 5-pack or choose the 28-day maintenance pack for ongoing care. Win one of 10 1,000 Rand Take-A-Lot vouchers. Simply WhatsApp UriClear to 079 1133 733. Follow the prompts and opt in. Competition ends 13 June 2025. T's and C's apply. Good luck.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, I'm Zazi. Welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's already feeling like a weekend, but we're not done with you yet because we've got something to plug you in on, especially as I think in the next week, we are heading into Father's Day. So dads are literally like the backbone of the family. They're always ready to support, share wisdom, and provide a helping hand. But I think no gift can truly match that they've done for us. But with Woolworths, they are going to try and make it a little bit easier to celebrate our dads and father figures this Father's Day.
I absolutely love that. From gourmet treats to stylish accessories, also grooming essentials, those beards, yes, and thoughtful mugs. There's something every dad will appreciate. And we've got a couple of gifts in front of us that we'll take you through. But firstly, when it comes to your dad, I got to ask you, Ryle, what is some of the best advice that he's given you, if you can think back to it?
So my dad's a very special character, man. He's like old school, hard, like, you know, eat concrete and deal with it. So he never would give me like official advice, but he would always warn me when I'm doing something wrong. So he'd be like, don't be crazy, don't be stupid, whenever you're doing something that you shouldn't do. And that echoed so much more of a sentiment of like just kind of guiding me, let me live, let me experience, but he did guide me in these crazy times. So that was the best advice that I actually got from him, was just those little subtle warnings as we try to navigate through the chaos.
Along the way. I like that.
You get any gems on your
My
side?
dad is full of gems. He'll take any platform to be on out there, give speeches to the nations. I do love it. He's got that coaching spirit within him. But one thing, which is a little silly, that I will always hold on to, he always tells me, fake it till you make it. And not in any superficial way, but he says basically, you've got to just show up, whether you have the answers or not, whether you have the right outfit or not, you show up and the rest will sort itself out later.
True.
So if I come to you with problems, fake it till you make it and you'll be fine.
Well, I love these conversations. I think these are the moments that we should all be having and conversing about, these nostalgic memories that we get to celebrate. So I think it's an opportunity to pay it forward and unpack some of our favorite Father's Day gifts from Woolworths, grouped in price categories to make it easy for all of y'all at home.
I like
so
that.
Let's start at the very affordable and the very budget-friendly option over here. This is everything for $150 or less, right?
Yes, $150 or less will get you any of these options, and there's such cute ones. We've got a ribbed beanie in such a great color. I almost feel like you could get two and match with your dad as well. And then the mug is also in the same sort of color range, and of course, it's all about the DAD, all about our dads.
Now, we don't have to stop there because we've also got some luxury all butter shortbreads. There's a trio in here. It's 450 grams. It's a melt-in-your-mouth kind of shortbread. Perfect for tea time indulgence. So just having some of those moments where you share that wisdom with pops, right? And we've also got a speckle mug, which we spoke about right now. It's a bold mug for the best brew. And I mean, obviously, because that's what dad literally deserves,
They
right?
do. And honestly, we keep them with sleepless nights, so give them some coffee on the day. And then keep their skin clean too, because we've got the W Beauty MEM Clarifying Soap. It is a deep clean soap that will definitely energize your dad's skincare routine. Now, I don't know if your dad has a skincare routine. I've been trying to get my dad into sunblock lately, and it is a bit of a battle, but we'll get there eventually.
I love that. But you know how handy dads are, so I think just to start with the hands. That could be their first start to a skin routine. But we move on. We're going from $150 and under to next up on the pylon, $250 and under. Now, let's start with some fashion. I know dads just need a little bit of pop-up pizzazz, so why don't we do that with a stylish handkerchief? And it's thoughtfully branded as well with the #1 dad on there. So I think if he wants to show it off or not, it's going to bring a pop of color to his look and maybe just elevate his Father's Day.
I like that. He is the gentleman he thinks he is, so why not spoil him in that regard? And then in terms of food, we know how dads are foodies. Roasted and salted luxury tree nuts. Ooh, premium nuts, in fact. And it's got so much flavor and so much crunch. My dad loves a biltong. He loves a nut.
That is a perfect combination. And you know, no one's going to say no to some of this good stuff. But let's talk about this, right? I'm loving this. I might even get this for myself. This is a stainless steel tumbler, 360 ml. It's sleek, it's durable, perfect for dads, for coffee on the go. And I think it's perfect for hiking, camping. It insulates a little bit, but it's just sleek, cool, and stylish. So if dad's rushing to work, he doesn't have to stress. You can still give him his cuppa and
but
sort
make
him
the
out.
coffee for him, okay?
Yes,
Do
yes,
that
yes.
for him at least. Okay, we spoke about W Beauty with their clarifying soap. Let's talk about this one over here. W Beauty Long Market Barber Aftershave Balm. Soothe and refreshes his skin and kind of gives him that barber feeling. And I have distinct memories of my dad shaving every single day. So he definitely would love this to add to his aftercare routine.
Yeah, and probably love how it makes him feel as well. So from 250, we go to 350 and under. And hey, the options continue. We're going to start off with some fashion once again. We've got some Stay New Cool Tech Snoopy trunks, and it's a 3-pack. So this is fun meeting functionality. It's cool, it's comfy, and it's underwear sets that I think just going to bring the life back to Pops. You know, he's tired, been looking after us and serving us. So let's give that energy back.
I like that. From taking care of the goods to taking care of the feet. Yes, our dad's feet deserve it. Also in some soft, comfy and everyday slippers. I love the color. I love the waffle pattern. That's definitely something you want to add to the bag.
Yeah, now we spoke about the nuts earlier, but in this category, you can get yourself some free-range beef biltong snap sticks, 400 grams. So that's going to definitely last a while unless he's just absolutely incredibly taken aback by biltong. Then you're going to have to leave it with him. Probably last a day. But you can get more, and you have options. And it doesn't stop at the biltong because you also have some ribbed glass coffee plungers, and that's what you're looking at right over here. So you want to have an authentic coffee experience and a moment with Dad where you can share some words of wisdom, then get that involved.
Oh my gosh, I'm thinking about like a combo deal. Why not get the plunger and the flask together?
Yeah, it makes sense.
The gifts make sense.
Yeah, get
It's
the nuts and the biltong, yeah.
Oh, they come together. Functional, but also delicious. And then W Beauty, you know we got a touch in it. We've shaved, we've also clarified, but let's smell good. A bold masculine scent for you to just keep Dad looking and feeling good for his partner.
And
why not?
smelling good. All right, now we move on to our final option, and this is 450 Rand or less. You want to make a big statement, then this is what you want to start looking at, right? And again, let's start with the fashion. We got another version of Snoopy cotton boxes. There's the 3-pack here.
Nice.
And again, it's playful, it's comfort for everyday wear, and these are boxes with somewhat of a nostalgic twist. And I'm sure Dad will definitely remember Snoopy from possibly even his cartoon days.
Oh, possibly. Well, listen, something that I'm also thinking for my dad, and yes, maybe it's a bit selfish, but he's got a man bag, okay? And he's been wearing the same one for years. And I'm just like, Dad, it's time for a fashion upgrade.
Yeah.
And this crossover body bag is like the perfect one. It's practical, but also it looks sleek and good.
And I mean, a color like that and a look like that's going to go with almost every outfit. So the perfect choice. And it doesn't stop there. We've also got some food to add to the occasion. We've got the W Cafe Organic All-African Espresso. Now, this is a rich, aromatic espresso blend for the true coffee connoisseur. So again, you want to get that conversation going, this is a great starter for it.
Again, with the combo deal, you get the coffee beans, you get the plunger, you get the mug. You get what I'm saying. If you don't get it, forget about it. All right, let's get into the lunchbox cooler. I like this one. We saw it yesterday. It's got the stripes, it's got the green, it's even got the handle. And this is like peak man. I don't know. This just to me feels...
This color with like leather? Like, come on now.
I absolutely love this.
And even the slight little detail on the zippers too. That's a mad
It's good,
thing.
hey?
Yeah.
And this one with the little Woolies home in the front is so perfect for your dad and his snacks. So again, you take the biltong, you take the nuts, you put them in the bag, and then you surprise him when he opens it.
I love it. Listen, there is a little bit left to talk about. We've got a carafe here for all the gents. This is a cut glass carafe. It serves anything in style. It's giving that elegance and maybe a glass of whiskey decanter or something special for Dad. You know, he likes to maybe just sit down and reflect on all his magic that he's created in the world. So listen, we've got so many options, so many ways to say thank you and create that impact for Father's Day. So why not make it a happy Dad's Day? Shop this Ultimate Father's Day gift guide and more at Woolworths. And it's available in-store, online, and of course on the app.
But listen, Raul, we've got so much more than that because we've got 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card to give away. And to enter, all you have to do is visit the Woolies competition post. And that's across our social media, right? You can find it on Expresso's Facebook, X, or even Instagram pages. And just answer this question. What is your ultimate Father's Day spoil? Don't forget to include that hashtag Woolies Father's Day as a qualifier. And the competition closes at midnight this Sunday, the 8th of June. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
So can I start adding these to the bag
I think
now?
that's the point.
Is that the time? Dad's going to love this.
I'll take
He's going to love this.
Thanks, Dad.
Dad's going to love this. All right, we're going to be a while. You guys carry on while we pack our bags.
Want to unlock the secrets of beauty innovation? Here's your chance to win exclusive tickets to Beauty University 2025. Simply purchase any of the featured L'Oreal products and WhatsApp a photo of your receipt to 081 010 0429. And you could be in attendance at the unforgettable Beauty University, happening on Saturday 28 June in Johannesburg. Competition closes Monday 16 June. T's and C's apply.
All right, let's win big. Let's play
Bring it
National
on.
Lottery today. It is still here, and it comes to bear in Powerball and Powerball Plus with 30 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Friday. Come on, man. You can play your Powerball for an estimated 16 million rand, Powerball Plus at an estimated 14 million rand today. I sounded a bit desperate with that. Come on, just get into my bank account, man.
Grab pockets. Yeah, it would be great if I had pockets. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za. You have your phone, right? Then download the mobile app or head to your cell phone banking, or you could simply just dial *120 *7529#, and that is for USSD.
I got options. And we've definitely given you options because we posted all the details on our Expresso social media pages. So literally, you can go check it out right now. It'll allow you to ponder, push out, play the Powerball and Powerball Plus for 30 million rand in estimated total jackpots, all happening today. Let's make this a weekend to remember, people.
Just brace yourself, though. If you're going to go the banking app route, then you actually have to see your balance as it is now before you buy the tickets.
Which will encourage you to get more tickets.
Exactly. So we're going to soften the blow right now with another beautiful, emotional, stripped-down performance from Sharon, who has just been amazing. Delving into this guy's history, we owe him a debt of gratitude. But what I'm most pleased about is the music that's coming right now and still to come. And we get a taste right now with Need You. Yes.
Where are you now? I don't know how. Somehow we both got lonely. I thought I'll be fine. Thought I'll survive, but I'd be lying to myself if I wanted someone else. Or if I tried to convince myself I'm cool, but I guess I'm just a fool for tearing us apart. 'Cause I need you, I can feel you in my blood, in my soul. When you're not here, I am stuck here with a stone, a heart you stole. Time standing still, so I'm not getting over this pain that I feel. It's weighing me down. There's a lot that I can say, but I hope I find a way to speak out my mind, and I swear that I will try to never make you cry. I'll never let you down, 'cause I need you, I can feel you in my blood, in my soul. When you're not here, I am stuck here with a stone, heart you stole. 'Cause I need you. 'Cause I need you, I can feel you in my blood, in my soul. When you're not here, I am stuck here with a stone, heart you stole. 'Cause I need you.
I love the emotional journey. I absolutely love the music. Thank you so much, Sharon, for blessing us and helping us ease into the weekend.
It does feel like that, doesn't it?
Hey, I
and it
let
only
go.
makes sense because Sunday is World Ocean Day.
Yeah.
And so we definitely need to catch on to that wave. Some good things. I'm hoping you'll catch a wave on Sunday.
Absolutely, but before that, obviously, there's an opportunity to head on to Hard Bay Beach in Cape Town from 1 to 3 today, and you can be part of that beach cleanup, take a part of the incredible action happening at the Central Ocean. That's in Hard Bay. Grab a coffee at the same time.
Yeah,
It's going to be lekker.
yeah, the coffee is good.
Yeah,
the
it is
people
good.
even better. And they were going to do the cleanup tomorrow, but if you want to do that, then wear a wetsuit and don't expect
gonna be a
coffee, I
storm.
think. And then, of course, we're going to be kickstarting our kind of focus on youth, building towards Youth Day. We're going to start that conversation. We want you to shine a spotlight. If you know amazing young people that you can connect with and connect us to, we'd love to hear about them. In fact, we're going to be doing that kind of every day.
Absolutely. Also, this weekend is a big sporting weekend. Yes,
Yeah.
sports. We're talking comrades, marathon sports. So if you get up to this point, all the best, good luck, and please enjoy it.
And of course, the French Open. And of course, Ricky and Nasli will be back to give us the lowdown. It feels like history will be made this weekend in tennis. So enjoy all the sports, enjoy your beautiful families, enjoy your country, enjoy your music.
Yes.
Just like we did with Sharon. Thank you so much, my brother. And most importantly, stay safe out there, South Africa, and never forget how much we love you. Adios.
Bye.
Another feel-good production.